landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Hi, hello, and welcome to another stream. This one happens to take place on Friday, April 17th, 2026. Geez, I don't know what to talk about. It's been a really difficult week for me, not for any, like, particularly, like, interesting reasons that I can really describe to you. There's been quite a lot of cat activity here lately. Like the cats go through phases where like they just like hide and then they like hang out. And there's been so much cat activity. Um there's been some very cute cat activity between the one of the kittens and its mom are just spending all their time napping like directly behind my house. It's very good. Is that Cool Spot? We refer to him affectionately as Cool Spot, but canonically Cool Spot is red, as he is the spot from the Seven Up logo. Is that a thing anymore? Did we stop doing that in the '90s? Is that a '90s exclusive? Ahoy Cotillion, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 105 months resub. Very good cat. I forget that cat exists. What is this one called? This is a hype train guy, right? That's a serve. He's a serve. And look, we're not even playing tennis. But yeah, I've enjoyed the cat activity. I don't know. I haven't exactly had trouble sleeping, but I've had a lot of like vivid nightmares, which like isn't a great experience. And so like those happen, and then I don't really get back to sleep, and I have like a bad time. Also, late yesterday, my boss really loves to like wait until like Thursday afternoon after my shift is done to send out like a group email that like has drastic ramifications for how my workflow happens, which kind of sucks. Like I really hate that. It's like a thing that she insists on doing. We got a crazy one yesterday that like kind of ruffled my feathers a little bit because like, well, we'll get to the why. But so like basically we have this like system in place where they were like, please make sure you always contact people like 3 times before like escalating these requests for this paperwork that I always talk about. And that's been in place like forever. And then like a few years ago, like my manager who's like under my boss lady who like normally does this sort of thing, like he really pushed hard. He was insistent that like the first time you reach out with this paper, like to with the request for these paperwork, that you should like always give them like a hard deadline like immediately. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because like then for one, it's not a hard deadline because we don't enforce anything until after they've missed that deadline, and that step requires us to actually set a hard deadline. So it's just confusing to everyone to like set 2 separate deadlines for the same single thing to get done. But like we're super insistent that this was like a thing that we had to do for a while. So like that's been going on for like years. And then like yesterday afternoon at like 6:30 at night, no, like 7:30 like p.m. local time, which of course my boss is still in California. But like she was just like, hey, so I've decided that like we need to be like escalating stuff more quickly, so like only contact them twice before escalating, and then like also like stop sending them deadlines. But like the way she phrased it was really like irksome to me because like basically she suggested that like we all came up with it and that like our idea was bad, and she was annoyed that like it complicated things sometimes when she wanted to just be like, hey, tell them we're like escalating this and making a problem of it. And we'd have to be like, we told them they had until Monday, and then she'd get like mad about it. But it's like, you came up with that. I promise you I didn't come up with that. I hated it for the exact reason that you hate it, but you told me to do it. The nice thing about that though was that she described that she had come to this conclusion after it being like a frequent problem as of late, and that I don't think that's like happened to me in like 7 months or something. Cause like I figured out how to avoid it being a problem for her like a long time ago, but like only through like sheer force of will and the frustration that she would occasionally do that. and I like figured out the way around it, and I even like trained people to do it, and they didn't like it, and I think it's causing problems because they're not doing what I told them to. But this is life. Yeah, please wait to escalate is it's weird. Like the problems I've had at like most of the jobs I've had in my like adult life come down to like a real lack of ability to hold people accountable for them not like I've worked in a series of positions that involves like working directly with like external clients, and like they always they don't ever listen, and then I can't do anything about it, and then the results don't get better because they can just choose not to listen until like eventually stuff gets like horrible, and then like eventually there's no choice but to drop it. But like in like a ideal world, even like a functional world, that's like probably not how stuff should happen. All right, catching up on stuff. Said the spot is still there, but they don't talk about him as a mascot. We did get the amazing Make 7 Up Your shirts in the late 90s, early 2000s. That was a good time. I miss like ad campaigns that were like that. I mean, like that succeeded partially, I think, because it was like edgy, but like also I think it was just like whimsical in a way that like corporations like refuse to be anymore. So like as discussed in a recent pre-stream ramble, like ads are just garbage now. I mean, part of that is just that we have like really loosened up on like what garbage we will advertise, and like some of it's not even like buy our useless product, idiot. Now it's just like literally give us your money. Like it's straight up gambling and you won't win, but maybe you could. Keen says looks like the Jigglypuff is either sad or at least not happy. Is happy. I mean, he's got sort of an open
trash.
Yes, exactly. Those are the ads we're looking at. So the Jigglypuff has kind of like an open mouth expression that's sort of like, but like because the like tonguish part of the open mouth is pink, like at a distance it may not read super clearly, but like we could take a look at it later, I promise. Pseudo deadline is what I would call that phenomenon. A deadline changes as the situation calls for it. Uh that's like a valid description of a thing. It's like it technically doesn't describe the scenario that I've been dealing with at work previously, because the first deadline essentially had no meaning and never did, which is one of the reasons why I really hated the push to like have deadline number one, because it truly did. Like deadline number one was just the safeguard that people weren't aware of that stopped them from getting a real deadline, which had slightly higher stakes consequences. But like the first deadline like doesn't mean anything. Just assumed it was the Jigglypuff from the anime that was always angry. It wasn't always angry. It was just angry when people fell asleep when it sang because it wanted attention. Granted, when it sang, it necessarily put people to sleep because that's how Jigglypuff works. And it sang a lot, so that came up a lot. So it was angry a lot. But like there is a meaningful distinction, says the guy who struggles with anger. By the way, people be watching The Pit. That latest episode hit real hard for one such as myself. Anyways, I did see you join as well, Neko. Hi. Did you say you had a 26-hour sleep? Did I get that right? It's somewhere in here. Yeah, 26 hours sleep. That's so many hours. I literally, like, I don't know what I would have to do at this point in my life to have a functional 26-hour sleep. It used to be that if I didn't set a phone alarm, like, I could just, like, go to sleep and then without any assistance wake up after almost exactly 8 hours. Now, that's still largely true, but most of the time it's like 7 hours. Pit and Invincible are doing well. I was like late on the notice that we like finally got those episodes of what are we on? Invincible season 5. When I like saw I basically like saw some reference to like stuff I hadn't seen, and I was like, right, I'm pretty sure I'm like 2 full seasons behind. And I think I mentioned on stream earlier in the year that like I had like been catching up on Invincible, and it really ended up just being like 1 season. But I was like, right, sometimes they do that weird thing where they split a season in half, so like I think I'm current, and I was at the time, but then like not that long later and like the new season's out. I watched like a couple episodes and I'm enjoying it. uh Invincible is holding pattern in the show. I mean, I don't know, man. I've seen so much worse. I think I get what you're saying, and maybe this season ultimately is worse than that, and I can imagine that being the case based on what particularly the second episode sets up. But like, oh, I've seen so much worse. I've seen so much worse than that. The pit was very strong, but I still want more. I mean, that just means that you're watching the pit. I heard a weird comment. It was like ascribed to Noah Wiley in an interview. He does a lot of them. The show's very successful and popular. I don't know who did the interview, but like allegedly, like some people were talking about how they would like to see more of like the night shift people, because like a different set of like doctors and like some actors and characters that people really like. And he said something like, "You think you want that, but you're getting as much as you really want." And I was like, that's such a weird thing to say, because it like suggests that like the characters that like you and your writing team like put together aren't likable or interesting enough. I'm like, I don't know that that's true. I get you saying that like you don't want to do the spin-off or whatever because that complicates production, but like it just seems like such a weird way to describe like your own series. Hi Sarah, hello, welcome. um Keen says the Scrubs reboot this season was great, and now that it's finished, you should all watch it. I did see something today that suggested that season had ended, and like, uh, uh like it. I don't know. I guess I had assumed it was gonna be like a full length, like 20 something episode season, so I was surprised that it was more like a modern show. And I suppose that's on me, but like it does feel weird because like it was in the era of like, you know, actual network TV. I don't know. There's something slightly weird about that to me. Um, I want to bring up something briefly. Just cause like everything sucks. I don't know. Like life has been like so. I don't know how you all feel about this. I imagine this isn't a completely hot take, but like it's obviously been a rough year for being alive and not being like a full on sociopath. Um, but like I don't know. Sometime in the last like 90 days, I feel like I hit this like threshold of like everything is like so bad I like can't even like absorb information about the world like at all. Like I still like kind of largely know what's going on in the world, but like I can't make a concerted effort to like learn more than I do because it's too hard. Like it's just there's so much news and so much of it is bad. It's just basically all bad. But like I recently like finished listening through this like big actual play podcast that I was enjoying, and like one of their later episodes like happened at like the start of this year. I was like catching up on something I hadn't listened to at all and like wrapped up at the start of this year. And like one of the discussions that they did as sort of like their pre-show rambling was like, what was your best day last year? And I like really had to think about that because like let's be honest, last year wasn't great either also. um it's been a rough time for not being a full-on sociopath. I maintain that's persisted for, I mean, depending on exactly how you define it, it's been like 10 years of declining good time for that. Keith says, I get whatever I get from my news feed. The selected people I follow watch Last Week Tonight and whatever shows on the Microsoft News tab. I mean, that honestly, I think that's a pretty good selection. I haven't watched like Last Week Tonight in like I think at this point about 2 seasons, cause like I love Last Week Tonight, but I it's a difficult show for like mental load because like it is a great, funny, well produced show that's like definitely completely about like let me tell you like something that like adds stress to your life knowing that it exists that you almost definitely don't already know about. Watch the opening bit and skip the main story. I mean, I suppose, but like, I don't know. It just feels silly. Um, but like, yeah, I can tell you agrees. I love that show, but the things he reports on stress me out. And he finds topic I didn't know I cared about. Like that's the thing, and like, it's good that someone who is capable of doing that research and presenting it in a way that is meaningful to people, like gets the message out there. Like that's a great net positive for the world. But like, it's a great thing for when like I'm doing okay. When I'm doing bad, it's borrowing trouble. Like it's like I don't like I do not currently in my life need more things to be stressed about. I love John Oliver. I love Last Week Tonight. I cannot handle watching that show until the world like I don't even know how to describe it. Like obviously not becomes fixed, rights itself. Like it has to be less bad than it is now all the time before I can watch that show again. And it sucks because I like that show. It's a really good show, but like no shot. Like it's just like and I don't mean this to call people out because I know some of you like genuinely are excited to like see me play a Life is Strange game, but like if you're being honest with yourselves, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Like does now seem like it would be a good time for me to play a Life is Strange game? Are you kidding me? Yeah, nah, yeah, nah. Anything really funny will end up on social media. I feel like it's been a minute since like I've really seen anything like explode from that show, but like that doesn't mean there's not good stuff happening. I bet there's more like mascots and stuff. I do love that. Well, Pixie, it's great to see you. Hope I'm doing well. I mean, I'm being really negative right now, mostly because I was trying to make a positive point, which isn't going well. But like to be honest, I'm doing okay. It's just that the baseline for what okay is like a lot lower than it. Well, I guess it's higher than it used to be. I don't know. Like it just, I don't know, man. The world's really hard. Um, So should thank you for gifting 3 months of sub to Pixie. That's very kind of you. Are you still at the place in Florida? I am still at the place in Florida. It doesn't look like a lot better. I don't know if you've been gone long enough that you like didn't see me like angle everything 90 degrees. Um, I still haven't. I do own this life-size Flareon that I don't think you were around for. That happened. Um, I still haven't. So like, here's the thing. I still haven't gotten the couch for this Flareon because I don't know what to do about the shelves, and it feels weird to like not have like a real secret Squirtle option or like a solution for what that means. I really want to get a couch for that Flareon, which is not how furniture is supposed to work, but I want to do that. Um, I did. You know what? I'll save that for tomorrow. The furniture talk. Um, but yeah. So I guess I don't know. I would be curious. I guess I would pose this question to chat, and maybe this is like thought for tomorrow, and we discuss this tomorrow. But like, I thought that was such an interesting idea because like I don't think, in absence of like something really specific like 2024 and frankly even like 2023 both had like really obvious like peak days for me. But like I don't think the vast majority of years in my life I like keep track of like what my best day was. It's funny that like my attempts to like try and have like a more positive outlook on life started with me being really sarcastic on vacation one year when I was having like a really bad day, and like I was counting the number of things that went right like out of spite because percentage wise it was many fewer than the things that like I perceived to be going wrong. And then like at a certain point I just sort of like reframed that and used it like responsibly. It has actually been really helpful to me. It's not like a cure for the negative mindset I have or the fallout from that. Um, but I do find it helpful nonetheless. But like I was thinking about it, and like I'm pretty sure that 2025, which I will maintain, was a bad year for many reasons. I think I think the best day was honestly going to the Christmas market. It was like something that my mom and I had really wanted to do, and it's like one of those like very like Hallmark Christmas things, which like if you don't spend a lot of time here, like I and my parents are all pretty big on Hallmark Christmas. I think my sister enjoys it to a limited extent. Is a little more ironic in her appreciation of it, perhaps. But it's like one of those things. It's like sounds really good in theory. Like a lot of the time, like when you go into something like that, it doesn't like live up to your like expectation of it. But like I I don't know. It was just like pretty much everything I could have hoped it would be, other than the fact that I had to like go outside. Bleh. But like also I have like this little like memorial Squirtle of that day, which is nice. It's nice to like I don't know. I mentioned that like I had a different one of my Squirtles that like was from like a was a souvenir of like probably like my best day ever. I think I mentioned that on the last stream, and it's like it's not a thing I do on purpose. Is like get a Squirtle on a good day, but like sometimes it just happens, and then it's nice because you have that Squirtle forever, and you're like that's from that good day. Uh, Question says, if I had an honest answer to best day of 2025, be Christmas with the family or the day I 100% at Death Stranding. I mean, that's great. I mean, any, like, much like the accomplishments that we've talked about, like, earlier in the year, like, there's no reason not to be happy about something like that. I mean, I don't think there's anything, like, you, like, have to be honest about as if that, like, wasn't awesome. I don't know. Gotta check out the Hope Conference this year. What is the Hope Conference? Does it teach you how to be hopeful? I don't know how to do that anymore. I used to. And like a lot of stuff happened. Um it's true. We got a Christmas picture. I think I crumpled mine a little bit in my pocket, like a little bit. Hope.net. I appreciate that link, but like I gotta be honest, this week has been going not great for me. But I wish I just mean like let me be clear about this. For the sake of like not being overly negative. This week has been filled with many instances of lots of small things contributing to a lot of difficulty, like all at once. Let me give you an example of that. And this is all. This will circle back around to the point that like I don't generally like to open links while I'm streaming, and this week no shot. It's not happening. But so there's a point this week where I had something delivered. It was large enough that I had to open my front door, which I don't like doing. And I don't know if I've talked like super explicitly about this on stream, but like there's like a lot of stuff that lives outside in Florida. Now, most of it is content to be outside. Some of it, not so much. Gotten a few lizards in my house. Not a fan of that. Don't like the lizards in my house. There have been lots of bugs. When the season I first moved here, there were like a ton of mosquitoes, and there have been like very few mosquitoes since that first like 2 months. So that's great. That's a positive. But like, so I would say that I had the front door of my house open for like 2 Earth minutes, 120 seconds of American time, and within the subsequent like 2 days, I have witnessed like 5 moths, like 2 gnats, and an entire like banana slug all in my house that aren't supposed to be here, and like not into that. And so like yesterday morning I woke up, and like first thing in the morning, you know, like I sort of like shut off my phone alarm, and you know, like I groggily like look at my phone for a hot second, and then like I noticed like a weird shape on the wall, and I'm like, that's weird. Like, obviously, there's like bits of like paint that can cast weird shadows or whatever, but like, that's pretty big, and I'm pretty sure I'd remember if that was there. So I like go and I like turn on the light, the overhead light in the room, and it's just like a whole like I don't know, like this long slug that's like I don't know, maybe like that wide. Like a fair like I've seen bigger slugs. Just like around my house, I've seen bigger slugs, but this was not a small slug. And it was just like on the wall, just like booking it. Like they kind of have a reputation for being like slow. I feel, but this guy, like I have no like he was positioned in such a weird place in the room because it was as if like he was on this like arcing like trajectory as if he had like come from like under my bed and like was like going back toward the floor. Like I have no idea where he came from or when. And you know, like I asked the question like where did the slug come from if I didn't have that experience where I'd like left the door open for like 2 minutes. I can't stress enough how like little time it takes for like a bunch of stuff from the outside to encroach in my house. Like I literally use my garage as an airlock. It takes so little time for stuff to like come in from outside. I really hate opening the front door. Um and That's point one. Point two is that I have, and I swear, I don't remember if I've mentioned this on stream when it happened. I might have. But like, I have literally seen slugs compress themselves in such a way that with my front door like fully sealed and closed and locked and like not recently opened, they like smooshed themselves like through the like natural crack in the doorway to come all the way through. And I've seen them do that twice, and both times they like immediately like turned around and left the way they came, which is like a super weird, like hypnotizing and mildly upsetting thing to watch. But like the weirdest part of that was like the second time that I saw that happen, that the second slug like came like right where like the like deadbolt latch is, which is like I don't feel like there should be space for him in that exact spot, but also it made it look like he was trying to like open the door and make like a jailbreak or something. Need more salt sort of. I had a salt experience this week too that was not great because the water purifier attached to my house and water line requires salt. And I had a weird experience with the salt bag, but like I'm already like 4 stories deep, so if you want to hear about that, remind me tomorrow or something. But like my mom asked, like, how did I deal with the slug? Great question. Fortuitously, the box that my mom packed all the sitting cuties, the little Pokemon guys that she got me at Easter, she like just sort of packed them in the same box they came in because it stored them really nicely. And like I hadn't been diligent about cutting that down and throwing that out last week. And like this guy was booking it and he was going like right back to the carpet. I'm like, I do not want to pick this gentleman up from the carpet. I do not want to do it. And I was like, what kind of container do I have on hand? And I was like, just frantically like looking around. And I was like, the box I didn't cut down. So like I take just like the lip of the box because like this guy's like moving so fast. He's like really excited to get where he's going. So like I had to act kind of quickly, but like also like it wasn't that hard to coax him onto it because he just wanted like forward momentum. So like I just like put the lip of the box up to the wall and he like went straight on it, and then like I just like booked it outside and just like gently placed the box on top of one of the trash cans, and I'm like, have fun, I have work in 20 minutes and I didn't want to deal with this today. And then also after that, which was unexpected and unwelcome, then I like turn on my computer for work and it's like totally fine. And then I click one time, and then like my monitor starts freaking out in a way I've never seen any computer monitor freak out, particularly if it wasn't subject to like blunt force trauma. And so then I'd spend like 20 minutes like figuring out what to do so that I could work, and I didn't love that either. So like that's like the kind of week I'm having where instead of just like getting ready for work, I have to rescue a slug and then like fix my computer. Like it's just like a lot of that. Just like a lot of that stuff going on. Little things all piling up. It's been stressful and I haven't been sleeping well, and it's not great. Um, yeah. Oh, also, fun fact, if just to incept the stories further, when I went out to put the box with the slug on it on top of the trash can, for some reason this is like the one day that like the plant neighbor, I got the plant neighbor on the one side, and I have like the neighbor who, like, I think he feeds the cats. I've never seen him do it, but I think he does. Um, and like those are my neighbors on either side. So like plant neighbor had like some like tiny like construction vehicle like brought to their home on like a flatbed truck, and it was just like the noisiest thing on earth. And it was just like I was like out in my pajamas like putting a slug on my trash can. I'm like, this is the day this is happening. This like normally like isn't a thing at all. Like normally I'm the one making construction noises because like I had to do like a bunch of work on this house. Like everyone else seems to have left their house in its current state for many years or something, and like this is the day this guy is showing up, just like live next to a leshy. No, it's just like a nice older Hispanic lady, and I think her husband or like maybe her brother. I felt it's actually funny because like I feel kind of bad that I don't talk more to my neighbors, but my neighbors like directly across from me and my neighbors next to me, like I'm pretty sure they speak English. I don't know how much English they speak. I did like when I was bringing the trash can back from the curb today. The plant lady was out, and I like waved to her, and she waved, and she was very nice. And like I asked her how she was doing today, and she responded in a way that made me think that like, you know, and I'm not trying to make assumptions, but like it made it seem like she didn't fully understand what I had asked, which like there's a bunch of reasons for that because we're like yelling across the yard and she's in the middle of something. But like I don't know, I just got the impression that like maybe she didn't understand me, and it's like I don't do I. Is part of the reason I don't communicate more with my neighbors because they mostly speak Spanish and I don't. Maybe I should finally learn Spanish. I don't know. We certainly aren't leshies. I mean, I think leshy rules are like different in different like magical settings. Can they look like nice people, just like regular humans? Is that a thing that some of them do? But yeah, so all of that just to say, like, it honestly hasn't been like a horrible week. Cause like generally I think you would know after like 30 minutes of me talking that it was a horrible week and it would be clear. But like it hasn't been a good week. It's not been a good week. Um but yeah, you let me know if some of the rest of you give us some thought, and maybe by the end of the stream or by the time you leave, you can think of your favorite day of 2025 or of this year. You know, like maybe it's one of those things that like you be proactive and you like think of when you're having a good day and make note of that and appreciate that kind of thing. I think they can look like people, but they'd still be some sort of plant color. In that case, like, nah, they're definitely not leshies. Although, god dang it, there was, so like that same day that they had the construction vehicle out, like I didn't, whatever they were doing was on the far side of their property for me, so I didn't get a good look at it really. But I did learn that like I think those neighbors have 3 indoor cats. But I also think that some of those cats sometimes join the outdoor cats. And I say that because there were like 3 extremely similar looking like black and white cats that all have like this like mustache mark in the fur around their mouths, that were like all in their backyard at the time that the loud machine was doing whatever it was doing. And I've seen like at least one of those mustache cats out before, but I didn't know there were 3 of them, and I don't normally see them out. So I don't know if those are like indoor-outdoor cats, which I think technically exist, but seem rare to me. But like in a neighborhood full of outdoor cats, these are cats I don't see very often. But like I said, there's been a lot of cat activity. The ginger cat's been around like a weird amount. He's like almost never around. And the kid's been spending a lot of time with its mom, which is very cute. They're being very cute. It's very distracting. Mustache Cat was my 70s cover band. I think you played one of those songs at one point, Cotillion. It was a good time. Anyway, I'm done talking about Mustache Cat, among other things. It is time for Technobabylon. So I am maybe gonna remember to fix the thing that I changed, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, I'll talk about that in a few minutes, probably. So what is Technobabylon? This is a game that is published, but as far as I know, not developed by Wadjet Eye Games, something I could easily look up, but chose not to. And by chose, I mean didn't really think about it until I started talking just now. But it is a futuristic, I think it's like kind of cyberpunk style future. It looks cool. I feel like I've heard generally good things about it. Not a lot specific, but mostly just in the sense that, like, I'm not looking for spoilers. Not like that people say non-committally positive things or something. Developed by Technocrat Games. That makes sense. There's a weird logo when you start up the game that I think is their logo. Thank you for that, Cotillion. I've seen, like, the basically 2 introductory cutscenes to the game, and it looks interesting to me, and it also, like, looks like a sort of more traditional style point-and-click game, which I, like, haven't necessarily done a lot of in the recent past. But the only other thing I immediately know about this game, other than what we'll see together in a moment, is that, I had certainly heard of this game before, but, like, knew basically nothing about it until, like, maybe 2 years ago, probably less. There's like a YouTuber who goes by the name of the Spoony One, who kind of just like retired from being a content creator in a way that was probably really healthy for him. But like he just like vanished off the face of the earth as far as I knew. And then like there's a channel dedicated to like in a sense like an oral tradition and history of adventure games that's like really interesting, called Conversations with Curtis. And Curtis is like basically the Curtis in question is the actor who played the main character Curtis to the game Phantasmagoria 2. And like I don't know, someone just like convinced him to like stream his impressions of playing that game that he made in like the early 90s. It was like a full motion video game, and it's like really campy and weird. And then like from there he started like interviewing like people who'd been in like similar games, and then started interviewing people who'd made like adventure games in general. And like it's a lot of really interesting stuff. Some of it I can't really watch because it's like games I haven't played, and like sometimes like the pace just isn't quite what I want to watch, but it's like a really interesting thing that I'm glad exists. But anyway, one of the Spoony One's like most famous like content things was that he did this like let's play / Mystery Science Theater style like riff on the game Phantasmagoria 2. And so like at one point the two sort of like joined forces and like did an interview, and it was like the first time he had like been in the public eye at all in a really long time. And then like months after that, the Spoony One like went on and was like, I want to show you Technobabylon because this is one of my favorite games. And I watched like about as much as like I've seen now, and I was like, that looks really cool, and I definitely want to play it, and I don't want to see any more of it. So that's like all the context there is. Did anybody ask? No. Is it time to start playing Technobabylon? You better believe it. Okay, I think -9.5 was probably good. It might be a little low. Nah, that's probably about right. Maybe a little high.
Looks like you found the place.
You're sure this is the one?
I'm positive. Lava Sesame goes my mandala in the trance.
Lava Sesame, I can't hear that cadence and not think Plaza Sesamo, which is Sesame Place. I don't know if it's like Spain or Mexico, but is a Spanish language Sesame Place variant that I've seen briefly in my life.
There's a big gap in the records, and it's shaped exactly like her.
I think I really like that line.
I thought you said he put a lot of effort into it.
They've been hiding her activity, but weren't covering up their own work very well.
Katun, please allow me to quickly get through this, and then I'll answer that question.
If they did, then
How are the headaches?
won't be a problem for much longer.
You understand the plan?
Don't worry. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Famous last words, of course.
After all, I've been planning this for years.
Those are two really ominous things to say back to back. Okay, thank cripes alive. So, are there individual settings for music and dialogue? Yes, certainly indeed. Do they apply to that opening cutscene? No, I don't know why, but no, the answer is no, and it makes me furious. And keep in mind that the thing I did before we started was turn down the volume even more. But like, I literally think it even applies to this, so I'm going to fix it now, and then we'll see if it fixes. But like, I can't tell you how many times I rebooted this game trying to like get the settings to apply to the intro cutscene or to like find a setting that didn't suck. And for some reason, it just doesn't exist, and it was making me very stressed yesterday. Another fun fact, and this is fun only to me, and by fun I mean exactly the opposite of fun, is that the game seems to remember the volume settings for music and sound effects, but every time I boot up the game, it seems to put speech up to max, which like would normally be okay, but speech to max is actually much too loud in this game. That's normally not the case, but it's like really loud. It's nothing like being in trance.
A world built of abstracts and intellect.
Yeah, see, like I think already I had to like boost the audio. By the way, for those of you who are Code Lyoko enjoyers, this is so Aelita coded. It brings joy to me how like Aelita is the girl who like when the show starts like lives in the supercomputer where the bad guy does all the evil stuff to try and influence the real world. And like she's like always like floating through like cyberspace like this when no one like when she's just sort of like vibing because like she can't leave.
Tangible thought, where every part has been crafted by an individual soul.
Well, there's two problems with that cotillion. One, if you press escape in a cutscene, it skips the cutscene entirely. If like there's no overall I know I absolutely know and understand that the criticism is coming from a well-intentioned place, and we will, I promise, honest to God, we will get to a point where we have influence over the volume of the game. It isn't now. It simply is not. But also, it's just not good. It just isn't good, and if we can bear down and get to the point in the game where I have control over it, we can mess with it for the whole rest of the stream. But just be patient with me. I promise that I spent a lot of time on this. I never start a game if I can help it without trying to fix it. There is a limit to what can be done, I promise you.
It's the purest form of contact a person can have, mind to mind. It's the pinnacle of human achievement.
Basically, here's where we're at. Is like, a guy had an ominous phone call where he like has some sort of nefarious scheme in motion that we don't really hear that much about, but it has something to do with Plaza Sesamo. And then we cut to this lady in cyberspace, and she's basically just like, cyberspace rules, and that's like it.
Some might say that achievement in the physical world is somehow more meaningful. To them I say, join the future or be surpassed by it.
It seems weird to say that when we already have like a virtual reality like
In the
this.
trance, we are millions of minds as one. But even as far as we've come, there's still one serious flaw. Its reliance on the real world as its backbone.
I'm sure that won't be undercut by comedic timing, he says, having seen the end of this scene. Oh no! How could that have happened? Okay.
And disconnections. Damn.
I feel like her expression
Just
isn't
go and speak
upset
to the
enough.
building manager. It's not like there's anything to be afraid of out there. Let's get this over with.
Let's get this done. Okay, this is the moment in time where we get to control the audio. And I'm not going to make any changes yet because I'm going to leave the trance and let you hear for yourselves that, like, if the thing that I think is the actual gameplay of the video game is the video game, then I think I have balanced it correctly. It's just one of those things where there isn't, it's not that there aren't settings. There's some games where there's just not sufficient settings to set things apart. It's just that, like, they're not, like, mixed. Like, they're not, like, the game doesn't seem to have been made or, like, tested with, like, audio balance in mind. Like, every scene feels like it was tested in like a discrete increment of listening and being like, yes, in a vacuum this sounds fine, and then you put it up against the next thing, you're like, this is much quieter. It's weird. I don't know. I promise I tried so hard. I spent so much of my precious time this week trying to make this work. Okay, I'm gonna stop having a panic attack now. I avoided looking at any of this. I don't know if any of it's important. I don't think you can access very much for reasons I think the plot will touch on. Oh, I didn't notice this. Look, it's like the Blackwell Epiphany. You understand? Because that's a Wajidai game. Okay, so this game takes place on Thursday, July 10th, 2087. Everybody write that down. There might be a quiz later. Unable to access Chisiki server. Please check your network and try again. If the problem persists, contact your network administrator. Error 125H. Sport gives me a very similar error. Weather... Very similar error, no connection found. Cool. I can't download the Blackwell Epiphany. Oh no, it's not Blackwell Epiphany, the game. It's impossible to read because of the font choices that are very comedic. This says Blackwell Epiphany, the movie. Can you imagine? Sport singular, only one sport. Good catch. In the future, we've abolished all sports but one. Chat, I would like for you to guess what one sport you think we still have in 2087. And then mailbox? Newton support from City of Newton. Received today. Subject, circumstances. Dear Miss Sesame, this message is to remind you that you have not been attending your scheduled employment meetings. If you do not inform us of absences, you risk losing housing support from the city. You've been receiving city support benefit for 711 days. We hope that you will be able to improve your circumstance soon. Okay, this immediately tells me that this isn't America. Did we get a town name? I don't think so. From Lieutenant Colonel O'Shea. Received yesterday, 9th of July, 2087. Subject, a proposal. That's a weird way to marry someone, but I'll allow it. Dear Sir Miss, my name is Marcus O'Shea. Is that an A or an R? The font is kind of weird. It's an A because the R looks a different kind of weird. My name is Marcus O'Shea. I am Chief Financier for Oklahoma General Martin Carter. Okay, so wait, we're supposed to be in Oklahoma? There's no shot. Do you really think that we have, like, city housing support to the extent that this game describes in 2087? I don't think so. His recent death at the hands of a rival warlord. I do believe that we have rival warlords in Oklahoma in 2087. I'll give you that one. His recent death at the hands of a rival warlord has left me with 150,000. What is this little skull currency mark? That's fun. Quanta of his finance. If you will allow me to transfer it through your bank accounts, I could offer it. I'm going to level with you. This is a glorious world-building email. It functions as a pretty good joke because it's, like, clearly structured on the, like, Nigerian prince thing. But, like, it takes that really familiar framework of spam email and, like, uses it to, like, demonstrate the setting. Oklahoma general who's a warlord, and the currency is quanta, and it's in big inflated quantities. Like, this actually tells me like kind of a lot about how the future works. From Root T, received yesterday. Subject, let's meet up. Hey Dala, Wobbleface. Seems like we haven't seen you in years. Also, emoticon. No idea if you heard, but there's a big game coming up at the Rotunda. Ooh, a game at the Rotunda of the sport. I'm gonna check everyone's sport guesses in a minute, and we'll see if they were right. If you're up for leaving your apartment, we could probably get you a place on the team. I love how vague this... We haven't yet mentioned a single sport. From EXS Pharma, dated yesterday. Amazing deals on chem. Do you want the extra interference speed without the extra cost? This is good too. This is a spam email because it has the bad grammar and also a sketchy attachment. That I wonder if there are ramifications to me trying to download the sketchy attachment. Extra speed with extra farm 1! Exclamation mark. Open attached imag for order info. Well, I mean, obviously I'm gonna do it. I want extra speed for the sport game I'll be attending later. I did it. I got whatever that is, and it's probably fine. From Toxic Sigma, received 4th of July. Oh, this must be a direct sequel to Season 2 of The Pit. Subject Grow Guide. Yo, Dala, good hearing from you, though I know it really means you want something. Basically, yes, the batch of blue wetware you got is cracked, so you can grow it yourself. Just don't gray goo your place. It needs a few things. Water, since that's what makes up 99% of it. Nutrition is an organism after all. Heat. In the normal stuff, it'd cause it to break down, but this blend is activated instead. Now, this feels like important puzzle information, but I don't think I know what blue wetware is to a sufficient degree to understand what to do.
No, I'm not storing that in my brain. Not unless I want to wake up in some factory in China in 10 years.
Do we want that? Is that possible? Okay, I'm getting the sense that we don't want that. Okay, what sport guesses do we have? Dodgeball, basketball, baseball, Calvin ball? I mean, I don't know. I feel like the rules to Calvin ball really stagnated at a certain point. Okay, so I'm gonna exit the trance, and I have seen what happens when you exit the trance. Watch this.
Better go and talk to the building manager.
So, like, here's the thing, is that, like, would it be nice to have the dialogue louder in the opening cutscene? Like, maybe. But let me also tell you that it defaults to, like, blastingly loud. But then also, then she's kind of, like, talking, like actually pretty quiet. So, like, it's like, really tough to balance. But, like, this seems to be the gameplay. So, like, it seemed to make more sense to, like, figure out what the level for this was. No basketball? Oh, it's been a minute. Basketball. What a game that is. That really exists for sure.
Ah! Ouch.
I do enjoy... So, like, I'm pretty sure the implication there is that she expected that door to open, like it was like a Star Trek automatic door, and the system is down, and she just walked straight into it, like, super haplessly.
Huh?
I can't tell if she's supposed to be wearing, like, goggles or something in her character model, but, like, the overworld sprite of her makes her eyes look, like, cursed and dark. But, like, her, like, full portrait looks super normal.
Password error, huh? I guess the door's broken too.
She huns a lot. Like she was, like, Higsby
Contact
from Mega Man
manager.
Battle Network. Calling. Error. Unable to connect.
I'm trapped?
This feels dramatic, although at the same time it does literally seem like she can't leave the room. Which means we must seek a way out! Which, of course, this is as far as I've seen in the game, but boy, is that exciting, huh? It's an escape room. This is why you never smart log anything. That's like one of so many reasons not to do that. This is a weird pop-up, and I don't know what the context of this is supposed to be. If this is just, like, an internal monologue or a narrator or what. Like, it's a little like, nothing up till now has sort of functioned this way. For the first time you can remember, the prospect of staying inside your apartment is frightening to you. Left click, interact, right click, look at. I'm gonna look at the goo. I don't know why I have this.
I'm not sure when I got this out of the machine. It's still soggy though.
Okay, that's so worrying. Like, I don't know what to make of that. Cause like, what this implies to me... Oh, hang on. Okay, encoding error, that's fine. It's fine. But like, it implies to me that like I got this out of the machine and it came like this and that wasn't an immediate concern because like I expected it to get better. Because she's like, it's still soggy. Like, it's still soggy makes it sound like once it dries out, this'll be good. I don't know how that sounds to me. Eat it?
Nah, I'm not that hungry.
I don't know, maybe I turn it up like a little? The problem is like, I don't... Hold on a second. Edit D. Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of ambient noise here. Maybe I'll turn that down a little bit. I'll put speech up a little bit. And like, I gotta tell you, music is like disgustingly loud. This probably doesn't surprise you, but like, holy crap. Like, honestly, I think it's loud enough now. I should probably turn it down even more, but like, I just want to be clear that all of these started at max, and it was not pleasant to listen to. Yeah, it doesn't help when the music is like really uneven, where it like goes quiet and gets loud. I'll leave it there. I don't know.
The NetGames trophy I won in '84.
If we don't ever leave our apartment, I wonder... I mean, maybe they mailed this to us.
I don't know why I've still got it. I pretty much scrapped everything else to build the wetware still.
Scrapped everything else to build the wetware. It's probably part of the escape room puzzle. Picked up trophy. Is it a trophy that... Wait, where's my inventory? Right, okay.
The NetGames trophy I won in '84. I don't know why.
Can I use it to catch the food?
I don't think it needs a small tin pot.
Okay, that's apparently not what we're doing.
The
Can we
window
look
frame
outside?
is welded in. Even if I could open it, it'd be a 150-meter drop to the bottom.
So you're saying there's a chance? This is nothing. This up here, this isn't a point of interest. This like glowing machine that's got like a teal version of the Knight Rider thing on it. Meter, definitely not Oklahoma. I don't... Some mixed messages. I think we're like... I think our figuring out what country we're in count is at like 1 vote America, 2 votes not America. That's the shower? That looks like the nuclear reactor from Maniac Mansion.
It may take up the entire bathroom, but this still is totally worth it. By growing my own wetware at home, I'll never need to leave the apartment again, unless something like this happens.
Okay, am I supposed to know what wetware is, or am I only supposed to gather that from, like, context clues? Because this is not a term I know, and she keeps using that word, and I'm not sure if it means what she thinks it means. But perhaps a more pressing question is, if she lives in the apartment and doesn't want to leave the apartment and turned her entire bathroom into a device so that she can internet super good, where does she use the bathroom? How am I supposed to play an adventure game without pissing and refusing to wash my hands? Recycler. Reaching your arm into the recycling slot can only end in tears. I think it could also end in fears. The gaping black chute dominating the food machine's top half is where used trays and cutlery are deposited for recycling. There's something really curious. So, like, this feels like this is internal monologue for, like, my character's assessment of objects in the world. But like there are some of those lines that are voiced and some that aren't, and it's not clear to me why. She pees in the trance, obviously. I don't think that's how the trance works. Unless maybe they really do have that like Code Lyoko materialization stuff going on, but I think you're gonna need a bigger still. Neko says that she can internet super good now because she got a Wi-Fi upgrade yesterday. Neko, that's very exciting. I'm so sorry that you presumably gave up your entire restroom to make that work, though. The materials are in the recycler are melted down and vacuum formed into new utensils every time you order a meal. Some places use metal utensils, but down here in the poor blocks, it's all just plastic. I mean, could I put my tin trophy in there and get, like, tin cutlery? Is that something?
Guess I'm not as strong as I thought. I'm not getting out this way.
If you, like, spend all of your time in cyberspace, I gotta be honest, those muscles probably aren't super strong. You need the Hunkomatic 4000 or whatever. Also from Maniac Mansion. This is a large drain in the floor that means that cleaning the room can involve as little as hosing everything down. Cheap is the way it's done. I regret to inform you that I think I found the bathroom, and I think the bathroom is floor. Pile of clothes. I thought I was bad.
No.
Wait,
Last time I
what?
reached into the pile, there was stuff growing in it.
I'm torn. In some ways, this game makes me feel better about myself, but also I'm very frustrated at how that is a self-propagating problem to just to leave the clothes in such a state that they generate an unpleasant organic growth, and then to leave it there because that's like it's only going to get worse. And now you have this one set of overalls. And then, like, what happens when you soil yourself because you don't have a bathroom?
Even if I cared that much about the apartment's rules, the sign's fixed to the wall.
What
Tenancy
does it say?
rules. City housing support.
Okay.
This housing is provided as is by the City Department of Social Welfare.
Okay, that's providing some context,
Until
okay.
such time as you are able to secure employment. Basic facilities are provided within. Since your stay is temporary, please do not damage. Temporary? Huh. I've been here for 2 years now.
Does this game have hotspots? If it does, it hasn't told me about them. And it's not spacebar, which is what it would normally be. I don't actually know what the first adventure game is to have done spacebar for hotspots. I feel like I should figure that out. Look at all these individual lockers.
Nothing in here.
Look at that stance. Thomasina Bateman would be proud. Tab? I got a feeling something bad happens if I press tab in this game. Nah, don't do anything.
I usually keep clothes in here. Looks like I need to go to the support office to get more printed.
Is that what we're doing? Okay. God, the animation of her, like, opening these drawers is extremely funny.
Nothing in here.
Seriously? All these drawers and none of them have anything useful? What the heck? There aren't any up top. I looked at that.
The
Look at
vent
the
cover
vent.
above the door. It lets the air in and keeps the vermin out.
But what about the slugs?
I can't get a grip to open it. Not like I could fit through there anyway.
Do you not have Alex Mack powers? I thought everyone would have them by 2087, to be honest with you. There's a door panel.
Still
That
not
animation's
working.
pretty funny too.
Apparently I can't just wait for the problem to fix itself. Can't rely on anyone else.
This is kind of a fun line of dialogue at the start of an adventure game to sort of be like, you will always have to solve the problem. It may not make sense.
If I keep
Cables.
randomly cutting cables, I'm going to end up electrocuted eventually.
Yeah, but what if today isn't that day?
Exposed fiber optics everywhere. I think they deliberately do this to make it less pleasant to live here.
the food isn't part of that. I feel like the food's a bigger issue. Like, I have to be honest, I don't feel like I have a lot of, like, options right now. I mean, if I'm not scooping up food goo... The machine thinks for a moment, then displays a message. Error. User safety settings enabled. Unable to produce metal utensils due to danger of harm. To change this, please seek administrator permission. Thank you for your cooperation. Signed, THE Foods. Your future
Hey,
on a plate.
we're not children. Lousy suicide rate.
Lousy suicide rate? Yikes. Gosh, so... Let me just trance real quick. So how do I get this in the Replimat? Can I compose a new message? Yeah, that tracks. Check connections, try again. Problems persist. Contact an engineer for hardware errors or a medical professional for Wetware system report. I like how many different ways the game will let me generate errors. I don't think there's like anything else I can do here. I think the idea is like when you're in trance, like it's all in your hotbar. Now, one would think that the way to get admin permission would be to connect to it, but it doesn't seem like there's, like, local connection either. You remove the gelatinous clump of semi-organic wetware you've been cultivating in the still. It looks like it's grown enough to be usable by now. I'm sorry, I think this game needs to be a little more explicit about what the goo is and how I use the goo and why I shouldn't be concerned to use the goo. Can I, like...
The wetware won't form a connection with it.
So the wetware is like the most unpleasant USB cable I've ever seen in my life? Okay, not at all what I would have assumed, but go for it. You feel a flow of new data as your wetware inveigles itself into the food machine systems. Alright, pal. Uh-huh, okay. Starting to feel a little Mega Man Battle Network. I respect it. Hi.
I'm Sheffy, your interactive guide to THE Foods Auto Meal Sweets.
Uh-huh, alright. Why can't I put metal in the recycler?
Why can't I put metal in the recycler?
It might be dangerous.
Have you considered getting bent?
At the request of
Newton Civic Housing Services.
you've been limited to plastic utensils. But isn't plastic great? It's so easy to get clean.
It all gets recycled anyway. What's the point of...
But what if I want something stronger, like steel? That heavy protein mash bends the fork sometimes.
That's a little worried.
Sorry, no can do. I'm not just a chef. It's my job to keep you safe.
How do I shut you
How
off?
would I stop you stopping me? I need a fork.
Why would you want to do that? Don't you like me?
Nah.
I just want to make sure you're eating right.
So, you object to me smashing you open?
It takes some pretty serious damage to do that. I'm tough. Only qualified THE systems technicians can
very
get me
funny.
open.
I like the insistence to, like, adhering to branding. That feels very honest.
Looks like messing with your software is my best bet then. You're really, really annoying, you know that?
Address all concerns regarding THE
Avatar 2862.
Sheffy to THE Customer Interactive Regions.
This is a lot.
Will the machine work without you?
If I have an accident, the machine will continue to dispense. We don't want you starving in an emergency now, do we?
What a great point.
Ciao.
Bye!
No, not unless I want to.
No, just could you... Badly disguised virus package designed to trick the gullible into opening it. It might steal info, force you into a botnet, or just wreck systems. Normally you wouldn't even have come close to downloading it, but like, how do I move it is the thing. Why does that girl sound like a set, you bet? I think you're just forming like a connection to the sort of jingle aspect of both.
Not unless.
Can you click and drag? Not when I click, it just like immediately seems to do that, and right click just tells me it's bad. Can I get her to do it? Didn't seem like it.
Who are you, and what are you doing in my food machine?
Hi, I'm Chefy.
We already had this bit.
I'm the voice of your food machine. I'm here to help you make the most of your machine and all the delicious possibilities. And if there's trouble, I'm here to help you out.
Yes, there's trouble. I can't seem to access that thing over there.
What kind of things can you make?
Using THE's patented and proven protein fiber synthesis reserve system, I'm able to whip up some of the tastiest treats you've ever had.
It's a little wet.
Like?
Just you wait. Before you know it, you'll be having the most cost-effective food you've ever tasted.
Cost effective isn't like necessarily. You know what? That's fine.
You're dodging the question.
My recipe books are always getting bigger. My best friends at THE always come up with great new ideas. Everything from protein surprise to Nutri-Blood casserole.
Neutral.
Ugh.
Don't be like that. Give them a try.
Never cared for Joe.
I've had to live off your crap for 2 years now. It's bland, and it feels like runny puke. I have trouble swallowing, and every mouthful makes starvation that little bit more appealing.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you tried any of our new recipes recently?
I don't think I can afford
Let's
them.
look for some.
Oh.
Oopsie, it looks like I can't connect. Don't worry, you can
Look at
always
all
use
this
the memory cards
trash.
in the machine to upload delicious new recipes.
What's on your recipe card now?
On the menu today, we've got
Miserable goof.
Protein Complex A11,
I hope that one has an ocean view.
Protein Complex E168, and for dessert, Synchro Gelatin Complex C11.
It's just so not the dessert. Not a big fan of sucrogelatin complex C11. That one's not for me.
Sounds delicious.
If you want something a little different, don't forget, you can always download new recipes for me to take a look at.
So, okay. I think I understand.
How do I get trays and cutlery?
Haven't you been eating with us for years?
Shut up.
Humor me.
THE's food machines have self-contained vacuum formers to recycle utensils. Just put your tray back in the machine when you're done with it.
Ciao.
Okay. So, I go out in the real world, I figure out how to access the memory card. Then I put the virus on it. I don't know if, like, knowing it exists is enough to get it, or if that's a separate puzzle. Virus food machine, which pipes your infrequent meals straight into your home in semi-solid form. Your machine's been broken a while, but you haven't noticed. You've been too busy with trancing. Memory eject. Sucrogelatin. No! That memory module. Cool.
It's not compatible with it.
Okay. It's incompatible with the memory module. I can't connect with the goo, and I can't connect directly with the trance. How do I get that goodness in there? Physical memory module containing the recipes that the food machine uses to make its mulch marginally less depressing. God, I like the way that's put. But I don't understand how to use it. The concept of what to do is clear. The methodology is unclear. Just kidding. If I just go in the trance, it exists. Please absorb the malware. Thank you. Fantastic. Let's oh, it looks bad now. Cool. The menu looks really good. That looks good and great. Let me go ahead and see what's on. Let me just check what's on the menu with my good buddy, what's her face?
Hi, I'm Chefy.
Yes, chef, I understand. What's on the recipe
What's on your
card?
recipe card now?
I see there's some new recipe data. It looks like.
Apparently, whatever virus was writing that T-mail is doing some damage.
You don't look so good.
It's nothing that can't be worked around.
Sounds more like you need someone to put you out of your misery.
It's somewhat effective.
It's somewhat effective, I like to think.
You don't look so good.
I'm a chef.
That's nice. What about your...
I'm a chef.
Yes?
I'm a chef.
Interesting, interesting.
How would I stop you stopping me?
Yeah? How about I stop you stopping me stopping you?
Then I
I'll
guess
use
I'd
this
have
knife.
to stop you stopping me stopping you stopping me?
I'll use this knife. I mean, that's the plan. I think we're trying to get a knife out of our tin cup. Why? Not like 100% sure. Don't worry about it yet.
You're a snake. Pants.
I don't like your food.
I like your face.
Why can't I put metal in the recycler?
Not while I'm a boss.
Will the machine work without you? What? That doesn't really answer my question.
Does it not?
You're really, really annoying. You know that?
This takes one to know one.
What?
Your mama.
Ciao.
Alright, that was worth my time. So I don't think she can stop me now, but let's find out. Oh, she says stopping me, stopping me. Put this in the thing. Put it in the thing. Machine thinks for a moment, then displays a message. User safety settings enabled.
Hey, we're not lousy.
Food tray obligingly pops from the machine's serving slot, completely empty. The pipes must be blocked
Hey,
again.
I'm hungry.
Oh, I did get plastic tray and fork. Insufficient material. All of your utensils were 100% recycled. That's crazy. If you have a guest over, you have to, like, share utensils? Can you toggle the metal option? No. So, I'm pretty sure I will be able to toggle the metal option once I can put the metal in the recycler, but that is contingent on me, like, completing to the game's satisfaction the disable Chefy subquest, which, like, I wasn't sure if the virus alone did it, but apparently not. Okay. Is there a reason I would want the plastic versions? I guess silver, not in that house we don't. What, are you concerned that someone might have to use the restroom while they were over, Sarah? What's your concern?
Bonjour! What brings you more faster there?
Ciao.
It's not clear to me what additional thing I would need to do. To go from, like, Sheffy is busted to Sheffy is, like, not preventing me from making dangerous flatware.
How would I
Yeah? How about it?
You're...
Thanks.
What?
Yeah.
How do I get trays and cutlery?
Fork.
Yes? And the trays?
Please.
You don't look so good.
I'm a chef.
That's nice. What about you?
I'm a chef.
Yes?
I'm a chef.
Ciao.
No, wait. I'm gonna ask a stupid question.
Why can't...
Not while I'm a boss.
No, okay.
Ciao.
Well, maybe since I had exhausted the plastic, that might change the dialogue option or something. More virus? I don't think I can get more virus. Computer over, virus equals very yes, you know? Oh, here's a thought. Can I, like, goop connect to door panel? Does that do something? Apparently I can. It's like really practical silly putty. Centralized systems speak to you more clearly than ever as your wetware joins its systems. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere. Thanks, Aelita.
Forsooth! Who wouldst summon the guardian of thine abode?
Sheffy's sick.
Who are you?
Wetware? Dude, I don't know. Everyone in chat's acting like this should be super obvious to me, but it's not. It's like literally, I think the best I could do to explain this concept is it literally seems like silly putty, but instead of like lifting up newsprint to like copy images, it connects your brain computer like the goopiest, most unfortunate like USB connector. What it actually seems like, and this will help no one, in the Mega Man Battle Network continuity, basically like Mega Man lives on the equivalent of like a complicated like proto cell phone, like a Palm Pilot kind of thing, and he's got like a little cable that can connect him to computers and stuff, so that he can like fix viruses and do other connectivity stuff. But like at a certain point, they developed this technology that's basically like infrared or Bluetooth or something, where you could like plug a device into that port and then like a wireless connection happens. And I feel like that is what the wetware stuff is.
I am the defender, the guardian, the knight. No threat shall dare intrude upon thy domain while I stand watch.
This guy skip-legged a something fierce, huh? Like this guy like never met leg day.
Do you have a name?
I do not wish to trouble my lady with such minute details.
So, just Knight then.
Whatever thy will, my lady.
What's your function?
I am the defender. I prevent intrusions upon thy fortress. The physical and the etheric.
Okay, I'm starting to see where we're going.
I found you in the Doors Terminal software.
We're actually like gonna have a super Mega Man Battle Network encounter. This guy's gonna do some virus busting.
You're the apartment's network security, aren't you?
Quite so. Trojans and malware, flee from my presence.
But you also control the door's security.
A vital role, milady. None shall threaten the sanctity of your domain.
Tell me about yourself.
Sentinel Systems Nightwear. a data and physical security product of Sentinel Systems.
It's like literally doing like the pharmaceutical commercial like drive-by.
Version 3.02. Licensed to City of Newton Housing Services.
Okay, so the city is confirmed Newton for sure. Whether that's in Oklahoma's unclear. Why are you a
What's
knight?
with the knight in shining armor routine?
Who is better suited to the role than a loyal defender of the realm?
Okay, now tell me properly.
My lady, thine own.
Out of character.
Following managerial reformation of Sentinel Systems, the company's theme was shifted to a feudal design.
Has anyone ever told you that you get real tiresome real quick?
It's strange to me that this woman likes to live in the internet so much when she hates interacting with these things that seem to make up a good amount of this world's internet.
Customer research has shown the Knight image to be effective. 89% of customers associated with increased security and ability to solve threats. 67% associated with defense of a home in a professional manner. 55% found it more confidence-inspiring than Sentinel's previous mascot, the Sheriff. Following last year's New York police riots, public perception of such personnel diminished considerably.
Yeah, it's interesting. That feels like we're implying potentially America again, although I continue to feel like it's unlikely with the social safety net in place.
The door seems to be stuck. Can you do anything about that?
Attempting to operate door drive systems. Attempt 2, attempt 3. It would appear the machinery of the door itself has become fatigued.
That's not typically how machinery
The
works.
terminus is unable to compel activity on the door's part itself. The safety unlock would doubtless serve you well at this juncture.
Can you use the safety unlock?
I'm afraid I cannot. It must be unlatched physically.
So where is it?
It lies behind the terminal. With sufficient armament, mayhaps thou shalt reach it.
I gotta say, that feels like a real oversight of safety feature design. Like, yes, it is good that there is a physical override for this, a case of emergency. The fact that it cannot be accessed in this, a case of emergency, feels like we did not properly design this.
Gee, thanks. I think Chefy the Chef's come down with something.
The steward harbors a blight? Zounds! This shall not be allowed to continue. Foul harbinger!
I mean, what else needs to be said about this game?
There are grave accusations of treason upon your head, steward.
Yeah, you so rarely get a good zounds these days in a video game, eh, Katarian?
Stand and face me. We shall see what trial by combat makes of you.
I'm sorry, I don't quite.
Have at thee!
Exactly what I expected him to say.
Well, that takes care of her.
And him? Did he die in that exchange? Don't suppose it matters all that much. Zagula, welcome to the stream. Zagula says, forgot it was Friday. Hey, what the heck is this? I mean, I was just saying that I don't think anything else needs to be said. I feel like that exchange, whatever part of it you saw, really pretty clearly demonstrates, like, what's up with this game. Cool. Let me go ahead and put my tin trophy in the recycler so I can get a metal knife, which I guess my goal is to get the door panel open, yeah? Go ahead and print it. Give me some of that sweet, sweet gelatin. After a few moments of mechanical protest, the machine eventually gives in. Yeah, take that, consent. Look at all this stuff I got. Okay. You know, I was all set to just use the fork. No, you know what? I probably specifically need a knife. But I realized that use fork on basically outlet is probably not ideal, huh? I'm gonna do it anyway because I saved. But like, I think she's gonna be like, you should have chosen a meal that comes with a knife, idiot. is what I anticipate to happen in 3, 2.
I'll use this knife. Got it.
Oh no, somehow
I'll
that
use
worked.
this knife.
That seemed more dangerous. I'm sorry, did we return to the past, or what just happened? Did we just game over after like 40 minutes? So that gives the sense that he did that on purpose and was targeting her specifically? 20 hours earlier.
This is it. Animus Organics.
What a wild introduction to this game. So, like, it introduces this character and, like, gives you an escape room. And then escaping the room causes them to die. And they're like, by the way, here's a completely different story. Okay.
You think Central's right on this one?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure I trust the futuristic corporation involved with the Animus. I'm not, like, deeply versed in Assassin's Creed, but I think I know enough about it to know that's probably not ideal.
I still don't think an AI, however powerful, could predict a crime like this.
However, if it does help us catch the Mindjacker.
Oh, not mindjacking. Please save me.
Central hasn't exactly been generous with the details. I don't really think we're gonna find anything here. There are other, stronger leads we ought to be chasing.
Which one am I? I'm him. Okay. Well, you technically have the authority to commandeer vehicles for CEL business. Central would need a very good reason to override the car's systems. One thing that I consistently like about this game is that, like, with the exception of the, like, wetware not being extremely clearly explained, like, there's a lot of world building that's done, like, casually in, like, observation text that
Did someone say
leans on
birthday?
like leans on
Not
your
sure what
common
blowing on that will
understanding
achieve.
of like what the situation is, and then subverts it just enough with the future terminology to give you a sense of what the future is like. This was for Continuous Redemption. Zyko, I hope you are well. You missed the whole story with the slug, and it's just it's been a week. I guess I should like talk to Lau or use the elevator controls. Reception seems a little vacant for a place that's like wide open.
Yeah?
I've lost count of the number of times the Mindjackers struck.
In Newton or globally?
Oh, just a figure of speech. He's been on the rampage for too long.
It's a figure of speech. The answer is 37.
But now, he's in our territory.
Should give us the advantage.
At least we've managed to link the previous mindjackings to one suspect.
I don't... Previous mindjackings just feels like a super weird conversation topic.
It's the MO. Historically, Mindjackers have used some kind of external gear.
External gear?
They'll use another system to extract, before storing it in their own neural tissue.
Okay, so then, in your context, mindjacking is literally like the great brain robbery?
So they'd need a terminal.
Which is usually how we catch them. It's conspicuous.
But are mindjackers not behaving the same way?
No. His tools appear to be built into his own bodily wetware system.
That sounds vile.
Some kind of resonance imager in his body, maybe.
Whatever it is, it's less invasive as well.
Exactly. His victims suffer massive hemorrhages, but no external injuries. State of the art, but a dead giveaway.
Yeah, the hemorrhaging is a real giveaway.
So, Central predicted our mindjacker was going to strike here.
You don't trust it?
I just don't understand how it came to that conclusion.
Obviously, we're doing our jobs right.
I don't know what year this game came out in, but like I'm kind of getting the sense that it might have been ahead of his time with this like the AI says this, Seems like that might be based on nothing. I don't know, let's just roll with it. What could possibly go wrong?
We collect data, which Central interprets. Based on that data, it maps a pattern.
But why isn't it a pattern that we could see?
It's not only us. Central's got all of the city, the whole net to draw on.
But it won't tell us how it's come to the conclusion where the Mindjacker will strike.
I mean, if it's literally based on a computer program, there should be some way to extract its process, right? Like, it seems bad and dangerous for that not to be true. He says, wary of the world he lives
Does it
in.
think we can't understand? Is it concealing something?
Just be glad we've got an advantage like Central.
Should we not be concerned that perhaps the Mindjacker has jacked the thing that detects the Mindjacker? Who jacks the Mindjacker? You know, you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you?
I still don't like it.
You don't like that Central's predicted this, do you?
I believe I did say that at one point, which may have been the exact last line of dialogue spoken.
It's not how investigations are supposed to be done.
Admit it. You're afraid your job's going to be stolen by machines. Kind of like weavers, factory workers, authors.
Weavers feels like such a weirdly specific place to start. Like, there's so much menial labor that you could theoretically imagine being replaced by automation that it almost seems like out of spite that you would target the weavers first.
Just how old do you think I am? No, don't answer that. I just don't like having that key bit of information kept from me.
You need to learn to work with Central.
No, he's got a point. I feel like you're the problem, lady.
It's not our enemy. It works for us as we work for it.
No. Stop it. You're the reason why every commercial is either about gambling or AI, and it's a problem.
Animus Organics.
That's what the sign says. They're one of the city's largest computational biotech firms.
What do they make?
Wetware, mostly. What
Computational biotech?
Here? Probably in Eurofed.
Is Eurofed like a country, or like a city, or like a nation state?
This place is just the offices?
Regional headquarters, Central tells me. Do we know why it predicts the next attack will take place here?
Is that not the entire conversation we've been having? Am I, like, mid-stroke right now, or...
It won't share that with us. Need to know. A high-tech firm like this must have secrets worth something to a Mindjacker.
What does one get for the Mindjacker who jacks everything? You understand what I'm saying? Do you, like... When I say these things, you know what I mean, right?
Wetware, huh?
Yeah. Specifically for forming neural connections between systems. The blue stuff.
Also, can we talk about how, like, intense the ambient sound was in the first playable scene? And how, like, inexplicably deafening, like, everything was in the intro cutscene by comparison to the audio levels? And, like, it's just, like, dead silent here, even though we're on, like, a sidewalk outside a corporation.
It's funny. When I think nanomachine, I picture tiny gears and turbines.
There's a weird thing sometimes where, like, I swear I click once and the game, like, advances twice. And I don't know if something of value is lost.
When really they're just bits of proteins and macromolecules.
They still perform all kinds of mechanical tasks. Just smaller.
I guess I'm technically more of an expert in them than you are. I used to make them for a living.
By the way, those quote marks are atrocious. Like, I get that they're kind of cool in their futuristic nature, but, like, I hate to look at them.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know what to do with them anymore. Organic computing. That's my field.
Do we have any ideas about our perp?
The fact that he's stealing data straight from living neural wiring is disturbing. But it tells us a couple of important things.
Oh?
Well, previously caught mindjackers have usually burnt out after 1 or 2 attacks. Sharing a whole other's brain worth of data is pretty taxing.
So we're looking for someone with a really specialized wetware setup in their heads. Pity that won't tell us what they look like.
The other problem is how slippery this guy is. Only fragments of appearances on camera, no clear witnesses.
Guys, I'm not sure I love that the Mindjacker is, like, particularly slippery. I don't think I'm in love with that.
Which means he's either a master of disguise,
or there's some pretty high-up collusion to hide him. That wouldn't surprise me if he were a business hire.
Still, After this many hits, he may start to slip.
Even if it's just his psyche breaking.
Let me know if you find anything.
Will do, Regis.
How many people on Earth have been named Regis? Is it more than Philbin?
Hey, anyone there?
Doesn't look like anyone's around.
I got a gun and a Traveler? The Cell-issue Traveler, like the civilian models in many ways, capable of making calls and running apps. The specialized model carried by Cell possesses more powerful sensors and encryption. Traveler's sonograph is picking up very little ambient activity. You mean like the ambient sound and that there's none of it? I just have to test the bounds of the game real quick.
Hey, Lau.
Wouldn't do me any good. It's a signature weapon keyed to your DNA.
Okay. I clicked through that fast. That one was on me. He said, do you want... Like, I used the gun on my partner, and he said, hey, Lau, do you want my gun? And she was like, it's coded to your DNA, and that's the only weird thing about this exchange. And I was like, good. Okay, don't fire me or whatever.
Besides, mine's bigger.
It's very mature. Let's go catch the Mindjacker, please.
The elevator's locked. Panel says authorized personnel only.
Panel says fart error detected. I don't know what that sound effect was.
I guess we need to find someone who counts as authorized, then.
This game's puzzle structure is odd. So, like, I feel like the implication is that there should be, like, a digital entity here. Oh, hang on. Been laser, paper, stone. Is this a rock, paper, scissors app on my phone? Obviously, I'm picking laser. How many games? No, it's not. Let's call Lau.
Lau, you there?
Regis, right here.
I respect that it let me try, though. Can Central send someone important enough to
This
open
is
this?
Regis. Come in, Central.
Central standing by.
Oh, that's fun and ominous.
What do we know about Animus Organics?
Biotech firm, manufacturer of computational wetware and other biomechanical products. First publicly traded stock in August 2044. Currently sitting board members include...
Okay, maybe that's a bit too much. Why do we think the Mindjacker's going to strike here?
The projection has been based upon previous targets. Using a Markov German distribution map, outlying variables can be...
Statistics aren't really my thing, Central.
You would have been unsatisfied with. It's beyond your comprehension.
You're not wrong.
I guess you're right. Status report, Central.
All operations within centralized emergency logistics nominal. Anti-civil activity index within tolerance at 0.004. Weather forecast, dry. Highs of 12 Celsius. UV index of 8.
Yeah, but what's the dew point?
Less general. Updates on the case?
Data, Dr. Regis.
Okay, thanks. You don't usually make predictions on high-level cases like this, Central. What's different about this one?
Limited progress was being made through conventional investigation. To expedite the investigation, I was tasked to provide more direct oversight.
Hey, are you saying we can't do our jobs right by ourselves?
More like too slow.
I am a civic coordination AI, Dr. Regis, with responsibility for 9.4 million inhabitants. Lander of colleagues who produce no gains for the city.
Trust me, we tested it.
Yeah.
A fact which, on occasion, I would hope you would pay more attention to.
I don't know what you're referring to.
What's your take on the case, Central?
An individual of unknown origin is prosecuting a global series of attacks. These involve the removal of data from the minds of victims. Invariably, the speed of the process has had a deleterious and fatal effect.
Yes, those are the facts. But what's your opinion on the matter?
I'm just an
All
AI.
we have are facts, Dr. Regis. These must be analyzed in order to apprehend those responsible.
And that is why AIs would make lousy detectives.
Cell retains an investigative corps of specialists such as yourself, Dr. Regis.
I don't think one traditionally pronounces the P when the word is spelled like that. Core. Am I wrong?
Your role is in no danger. You can be assured.
Yeah, sometimes the game goes
I never
really
said I
hung
thought
up.
it was.
Though you may not be neurally linked, and I am unable to directly access your mental activity, a lot can be learned about an individual's thoughts by observation.
I don't know, I think my graphics card is like slowly dying. I don't think this should be causing even my computer this much trouble.
Regis.
Okay. It's really unclear to me what the implication. There's like no one else to talk to. Holidays in orbit. Oh, hey, wait. These guys have internet. We can check the sport. Latest scores. Kabaddi, Newton, 55 to 37 UAE match in progress. So, is Newton a country? How is it matched against the United Arab Emirates? Is that just, I don't, unclear what the sport is. Weather currently dry with light outbreaks of rain expected later this evening. 12 degrees Celsius, 53.6 Fahrenheit. UV index midday 7 to 8. Use SPF 30 and wear protective clothing. Chashiki says a day and a night for staying indoors. Waka Waka? Parliament of the European Federation, EF, has today ratified the uptake of metric time across the 64-member union. Measure signed into law by EF Prime Minister Jacqueline Santini at 6:52:80 (parentheses 15:40 p.m.) is planned to be rolled out over the course of the next 4 years. Under the scheme, the measure of the time of day is to be divided into 10 hours, each with 100 minutes made up of 100 seconds. Santini, whose Federalist Party have been one of the keenest supporters of the new policy, greeted the change enthusiastically. Computing and commercial time measurement has long been carried out in a metric scale with atomic timing, and the division into 24 hours itself merely been an arbitrary convention of history. While commonly referred to as metric time, the measurement of a day into periods of 10 should be more accurately known as decimal time. Internationally, the EF's policy has gained little traction, if not outright criticism, with some leaders condemning the changes as unnatural. The Oceanic Cooperative Government was less emotive, issuing a statement that, though the change was one demanded by the European voter, which we will respect as a democratic institution, they made clear that the OC has no plans to adopt any similar measures. Good old OC. It's weird that sport and weather don't get full pages. There's a lot of weird things. Okay, I guess I'll just try shooting the door. I have no idea.
What the hell?
Chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's unclear to me. It's been a long time since I've seen an adventure game use such a nonsensical time-passing flag as that. Was the way to advance the game truly to try and shoot the elevator controls, and then rather than that, actually gaining the access to the elevator, it causes someone to fall from the building to advance the plot in a completely unrelated way? How am I to know that? That's very weird. Is this guy important?
What'd you find?
Got his key card. That's one way to open a lock,
A
idiot.
security card. This man was custodial staff, a janitor.
Probably not our Mindjacker's target then.
I feel like you're being too nonchalant about that.
Still, I don't think this was an accident. We need to find out what's going on here.
I think you're both being too nonchalant about that guy casually falling out of the sky to his death in front of you. Can I at least call Central and tell them to send a guy?
This is Regis. Come in, Central.
Central standing by.
Central, we have a bystander casualty. Doesn't appear to have been mindjacked, so it may be unrelated. Still.
A most troubling turn of events.
That's an understatement.
This is, after all, an unexpected variable.
Not my biggest
An
concern.
unexpected... A man is dead, Central.
And as a result, probability projections have become less stable. Proceed with caution, Dr. Regis.
Regis out.
Okay, so we're really not doing anything about that one guy, huh? Anyway, I guess I'll go upstairs.
It's unlocked floor 26 for us.
That's very specific, but I'll take
Must
it.
be where its owner was working.
That's not really how, like, lock credentials would work, right? Because if it only took you to the place you already were, you would be trapped there, right? Like, am I crazy? Oh, that's a cool shot.
Damn it all.
That guy's a little dead, too.
Burns all around the planar nodes in his wetware wiring. Yeah, this is our mindjacking victim.
Central was right.
The attack was recent, maybe minutes ago. The mindjacker was probably interrupted by the janitor who ended up on the street.
Okay, hear me out. What if the mindjacker was the janitor and he has some sort of, like, super cellular regeneration like Wolverine or something? It's the perfect crime, right? Is look like someone who got thrown out of a building, and then because apparently the police in this city don't give a crap if you die in that way, you just wait for them to wander off, then, like, mend all your bones and, like, leave when no one's looking.
There's only one other way out of here, to the roof. We need to get up there before he escapes again.
Like I said, I don't know if I'm mature enough to handle how often they're saying Mindjacker. It's driving me crazy that I'm trying to draw attention to that in a fun innuendo way. I haven't seen like a single person react in chat. Zach, I need you. I need you here. What did I even open? From R. Atwood. Are you kidding me with this? With R. Atwood after the OC being, like, mentioned in continuity, but, like, not as the OC, but really? From Roy Atwood. HR management. Blah, blah, blah. The roof. Oh, hang on. This is relevant. There's a time and a place for the trance, and yes, it's not up on the roof. Yes, it's private, but it's also extremely dangerous. Therefore, management has asked me to keep the roof access locked unless it's an emergency. FYI, trance cravings do not count as emergencies. Seriously, Avery, you're great at your job, but you need help. Animus Customer Relations. Management of Animus Organics would like to remind colleagues not to make statements to the press regarding product safety. An investigation into recent high-profile exponential wetware growth, or gray goo, accidents is underway and will be released when completed. Central. Exposure conditions. To Avery Gerbach. Please be aware that tomorrow's midday UV exposure index is expected to peak at 8. Your genetic background indicates a propensity to melanoma. Please take care in order to maintain long-term health. The Newton centralized government advises you to restrict outdoor movement to after sunset except where vital. Is he at particular risk, or are we saying it's bad enough that that's like a relatively general warning? From Salman Kutbi? Congratulations. Hey man, just wanted to say, big grats on the engagement. She's really a swell girl. I'm sorry, I was under the impression we were in the year 2087, not 1951. But that's okay. And you guys are going to be so happy together. Catch you after work at the Den. No new messages. I guess we have to take the stairs, yeah? Yeah, the swirl girl thing is putting me off, too. I mean, I think it's kind of funny, but, like, it doesn't feel organic at all. Look at her gams. Maybe that's what the Mindjacker was truly after all. Apparently the owner of the cubicle has gone home already. Is that what we're calling falling from a building? I suppose you could. Let's call Roy Atwood, because he was the guy who was like, you can't go to the roof.
I think I found the office manager's contact.
See if he'll help us. Remember, be consistent when you're talking to him.
That's a weird thing to say to me. What do you mean by that?
What? Who is this? Do you have any idea what time it is?
Mr. Atwood, my name is Dr. Regis. I'm an investigator for Cell.
So I guess I'm assuming we're looking for the Mindjacker because he's running around Mindjacking in public. Yeah, I think he's a copycat killer, following the infamous work of the Mind Goblin. But as far as we've actually been told, he's just like, I think the idea is he is like extracting information directly from people's brains because people have some amount of like technological connectivity in this future, and so like he's using some specialized equipment to like download parts of people's brains and it kills them.
What? I mean, what's happened?
Don't think I want to ask him a couple of questions. I feel like it's an emergency is appropriate because as far as we know, time is really of the essence here.
We're on the trail of a dangerous felon. He's killed dozens before, and without your help, he's going to escape.
Oh God. What's happened?
She said be consistent, so I think I just like keep using urgent tone. Although again, I think that's like a really weird mental model for like approach to a conversation.
2 of your colleagues have been killed on site. We're tracking the murderer, and we're pretty sure he's fled to the roof.
What? Who?
We need access to the roof as quickly as possible. What's the code for the access door in your office?
It's...
I don't think I want to threaten him. But I think, like, urgency is the tone I'm using, so I'm just gonna be like, no, like, seriously, I need this now.
This is a serious incident, Mr. Atwood. Time is slipping away, and a serial killer might be as well.
What? Really?
We need your assistance to bring him in.
Wait a sec. Serial killers in the Animus office? Gerbach, this is real unprofessional of you.
Huh?
Come on, I know you didn't want to work tonight, but there's a reason you're not allowed up on the roof.
He's like super dead. I could send you a photo, probably.
You almost had me, but pretending to be a cell agent, that's desperate.
Damn.
Okay. Guess I'll just... I don't... Is there... Huh? I don't know if this is the type of game where it's in bad taste. I don't know enough about this game to know if it's distasteful for me to just load the save. But you know what? Gosh darn it, I'm doing it anyway. Look at me reading this email. Look at how red it is. Look at how extremely red the email is.
See if he'll remember.
Consistent is such a weird way to go about.
Do you have...
Mr. Atwood,
I mean...
we're on the he's killed
Oh god.
2 of your trapped.
What?
We need access.
It's...
Do you want cell agents bringing you in as well? All this stalling, I might think you're working with the killer.
No, I just...
Quickly, what's the code?
It's 6167.
Thanks.
So I guess I need. This is where I enter it. He said like the code for your office, but I don't think that's what we're doing here. I'll save it. That's fine.
Come on, we...
The Mindjacker!
Freeze, cell agents. You're under arrest on suspicion of illegal trafficking of neural data.
I mean, I'm content to arrest him for shooting his gun at me. Now I'm wondering if we reload an input, we get a different achievement. That's up to you. I'm not doing that. Mostly because I saved over it, but also I don't care enough for that.
Breaking and entering and homicide.
Let's not forget, shooting at cell agents.
I mean, this is the main thing we actually have evidence of. The rest of it's all pretty circumstantial.
Lay down your weapon and put your hands above your head.
Does that ever work?
Sometimes. It was worth a try.
The top one feels like it would lead into a musical number. Oh, we're cell agents.
Cell doesn't appreciate people shooting at its agents.
If you cut it out, maybe we'll put in a good word for you.
The only way off this rooftop is down, either with us or over the edge.
Frankly, the second one's fine by me.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
What?
Neither one of us had the ability to see him do that. I don't know why they both assumed it was safe. Ah, crap. He Back in the Future 2'd us. Although I don't know where he was hiding that jetpack. Or why the audio is balanced this way. It's vexing.
What? He had lifting gear?
He's
lifting gear?
Aerostat.
Central. Our mindjacking suspect has fled the scene by air.
Interceptors dispatched. Cell Corp officers have arrived on scene at Animus.
Yeah, that's us, idiot.
Please return to headquarters for debriefing.
Nuke it. We were so close.
Okay, that's just done now, I guess.
Lau, Max.
What? Huh?
Were you sleeping on duty?
Sleep? No, I was trancing. For work, of course.
Dr. Lau was submitting her case report.
We were so close. Have you found the aerostat he escaped to?
Did he escape too? I thought the aerostat was like the name of the equipment. I guess he called that lifting gear. What the heck is an aerostat?
What?
Oh my god, I don't like that it skips. I don't know how to fix that.
Radar and air traffic records show no aerostat present at that time, and no communications traffic has been identified regarding the aerostat.
Maybe he deleted them? Covered his tracks?
That would require access to an improbable number of systems, including my own. Such an undetected intrusion into central systems is implausible.
Are you saying we're lying?
It is possible that you were mistaken.
Oh,
Human
okay.
error. For the moment, you are advised to pursue other lines of inquiry.
If you say so. Something's going on here.
Strange introduction to everything going on in this game. Like, I don't particularly have any issue with, like, any part of the story so far. It's just what a weird way to go about it. Is, like, introduce the villain, like, extremely briefly and vaguely, and then, like, introduce, like, I don't know, I don't think she's his victim, but clearly at the same time, like, she's involved somehow, like, and then do, like, a whole escape room with her that I think is merely supposed to be a tutorial, but then, like, when you beat it, she explodes, like, And then you just cut to these characters who, like, come out of nowhere. Like, you're just introduced to them, like, fully at this random moment. Also, why can't I mess with these
Trying to
cables?
tidy Lau's desk for her is a battle lost before it's even fought. That's what she says. Like it was something from the art of war.
A number of cables run directly into the building's electrical and data flow systems from Lau's desk. Apparently her customized wetware gear sometimes requires tremendous resources, and she doesn't care how many of the building's technicians complain about her pulling floors open. Same over here. Yeah. I can't look in the trash. It's presumably my wife, Viksha and Charlie. Do we know her first name? I don't remember. Okay, same news as before, same sports as before, even though it said it was in progress and you would think that would have changed. Ooh, hang on. From Nolet Nullnode. Subject, your legacy. It is important that you download and activate this package in a secure location as soon as possible. Tell no one, lives depend on it. I keep downloading sketchy attachments. You download the data package to your traveler. You're unsure who this might be. An informant, perhaps? As much as you dislike the cloak and dagger approach they've requested, you'll take any help you can get right now. That feels like a big character moment to have in a text box. I don't know. From Dr. Santiago. Subject, howdy. Hey, Charlie, why you hogging Lao so much? The rest of us need a wirehead on cases as well. I can probably guess why you're not letting go of her. Why, hey! But seriously, man, give the rest of us a turn. That feels gross. I don't like that. VFR Medical. Subject, functional wetware. Dr. Regis. As per our discussion at your last checkup, you've still not opted for advanced neuroconnective wetware. While not yet critical, please remember that your work will be increasingly difficult as support for non-WW systems is phased out. From Fulcrum Admin, subject, fixed costs. Charles Regis, your monthly payment of 8,100 US quintillions for the rental of Tier 42 Northwest Balcony Garden has been processed. Approval for continued use granted by E. Vargas, centralized admin? Thank you for your continued contribution to the city's green skyline. Subject, continued vandalism from Central. Dr. Regis, the optical feed from your office is no longer functional. Based on past examples of your behavior, I believe it likely to be by your own hand. While you may object to perceived surveillance, please recall that this is for your safety and safety of other CEL staff. From Giel Vanderwall. Subject, no. Dr. Regis, apparently my previous answer was unclear. No, I will not help you with your investigations despite your crude threats. If you continue to make baseless accusations about any supposed ties I am alleged to have with organized crime, you shall be hearing from my lawyers. From Dr. Petra Weissmal, subject Baxter. Hi, Charlie. I'm afraid it doesn't look good regarding Baxter. Essentials approved the parole. Don't take it personally. It's not like they ignored your input, but you're not exactly going to be the most objective person after what he did to you and your wife, are you? Well, that sounds bad. So, at this moment, I'm going to say I'm a little torn, where, like, I think that the email world building, I'm still generally positive of it. I think it's being done well. I do feel like this game is leaning a little heavily on, like, text interface to be telling parts of its story, which feels very much like the Blackwell games. And that was, like, not a thing that was good about the Blackwell games. IMO. Centralized emergency logistics, case file, whatever. Category, Class 4 information, larceny with composite harm to health of individual targets, i.e. mindjacking. Case officers assigned, us and Lao. Outline, beginning March 2087, a string of data theft attacks have been carried out within Newton. Using a process of resonant modulation with subjects' neural wetware, the informational contents of individual victims' brain shouldn't. Isn't that conjugated wrong? That feels wrong. It's being destructively removed with fatal consequences to targets. The victims to date, 18 in Newton, unknown in the globe at large. Identity of perpetrator, not known. Subject appears to be exceptionally skilled at infiltration and may have help from a larger sponsor. Like, I don't know, some kind of like evil AI that's causing the police AI that is probably also evil to ignore the fact that that guy had a jetpack. Action. Okay, my monitor has shut off for some reason. God, could I catch a break, please? Case specialists Regis and Lau are assigned to compile all available data on Mindjacker's activity, including investigation of latest targets for analysis by Central. I mean, duh. I mean, like, doy. It's my phone. I got a thing like this at work. It's one of my favorite things at work. Tried to break it once, but I got them to fix it. I'm not actually sure it was ever supposed to work, but it does, and I need it. Screens. I already get the preferences set up how you like them. Screens run through all the available data pertaining to the Mindjacker. Oh, you just have like a ticker of your own workflow? That sounds insufferable.
One of Central's fisheye cameras. Someone has covered it in tape.
Is it me? I'm the problem? Better not. They're already starting to suspect it's your fault the cameras needed to be replaced 4 times in a year. Starting? Ooh, waist shoot. Be careful, if you put your arm in there, you'd lose it. I feel like there's too many things in this future that are just like attached to walls that like sever arms. I feel like we should have maybe fewer of those, like built directly into the walls of our buildings. Something needs to be destroyed for confidentiality reasons. This is where it goes. Anything in here is gone forever, after thorough scrutiny by Central, no doubt. Odd option.
Hey,
Lau.
Yeah?
Got any ideas where we can look next?
I thought you were supposed to be the lead on this case. We could look into that other lead. What was his name?
Gil Vanderwall?
Yeah, that's the one.
I thought Vanderwall made it pretty clear he wasn't going to speak to us.
We have guns.
Might just be the way you handled him.
Wasn't consistent enough.
Tact is apparently not your strong point.
I like to speak my mind.
I'll contact him and see if he's more open to persuasion. He might cooperate if you're not there threatening him with physical injury.
I don't know. I feel like the physical injury is helpful.
He's a dyed-in-the-wool felon. He deserves worse.
But if he can help us...
All right. See what you can do.
Looks like we found our latest casualty.
Damn it. Why him, though?
I was wondering the same thing. We're assuming the Mindjacker's a data thief. The usual MO would be to target valuable info he can sell on the black market.
I mean, it still looks like corporate espionage. I don't know if that's true. By the way, I haven't really mentioned it, but this game is kind of default in like a 4:3 aspect ratio. I think you can get it to 16:9 if you are willing to full screen it. Like, it seemed like that worked, but then it like hard locks the cursor onto that screen, which is a little bit of a nuisance while streaming because sometimes stuff happens. It just keeps saying it, dude. I mean, it's the technical term. It's not a wise choice. It's not a choice I would recommend.
But this guy, he was an HR administrator.
He knows so much about the resource of humanity.
Apparently a very good one, but not the kind who'd be let in on company secrets.
We'll just have to ask the Mindjacker when we catch him. Let me know if you find anything.
Will do, Regis.
The data package attached to that message. Whoever sent it wants me to open it in a private place.
Yeah, did you say something out loud about opening something in a private place?
Contains something that'll help us get to the Mindjacker, but I'm still suspicious.
Guess I'll go. This little robot doesn't have a hitbox. How disappointing.
Locked. Dr. Santiago must be working on something he doesn't want me seeing.
I mean, to be frank, he's probably mindjacking, right? Is the waiting room private? Like, people keep walking around in here. What's this guy's whole deal?
Hey, kid. You alright? They picked this guy up last night. He's got something in his wiring that might be contagious. I guess that means I'm safe, but still, poor kid.
Are they suggesting that this is a safe place to... I question the need for so many cameras within Cell HQ. The waiting room is one of the few places you would never sabotage.
One of Central's fisheye cameras.
Like they took like the same line of dialogue from the other room and just like cut off the tail end unceremoniously. Gotta handle your Mindjacker business in a private place. I mean, you're not wrong. It's like good general procedure, but like there just aren't that many private places at work. I'll leave it to your imagination to be familiar with that particularly unfortunate quote about what we should be allowed to do a little bit at the office from I Think You Should Leave. I mean...
I can't open it here.
Okay, so he's suggesting I should not be in the building. Or maybe, like, go on the roof or something? I don't know. I suppose I could try to be on the roof. I'm not in trouble at all. I saw this, like, really funny thing. I think it was this morning. Maybe, like, last night. Okay, just, like, unceremoniously left work to drive in my cool cyber car and listen to rad future music. But it was, like, these two Irish people, like, a man and a woman, and, like, the woman asked the guy for, like, a light for a cigarette, and he, like, says no because he doesn't have a lighter. And then she just, like, keeps insisting that he's discriminating against her because she's wearing these Marge Simpson slippers. And just, like, the whole vibe of it was, like, so extremely, I think you should leave. And it was just, like, so funny because, like, the more he kept, like, refusing and being like, no, like, I just don't have a lighter. Like, she just kept, like, doubling down and, like, doing, like, increasingly elaborate dances with her, like, Marge Simpson slippers. It was super funny and, like, really stupid. Guess I'll go to my organic balcony. Oh, you've seen that one? Good, because I don't think I explained it very well. But it's super funny, right? I just thought that was extremely funny. It's because of the margins, isn't it? It's not because of the margins!
People worry. There's always something they find to help them. Drinking, the trance, even God sometimes. Me, I've got a place I like to go to. It's helped me when I've been troubled in the past.
Now let me open my weird Mindjacker file.
Here goes nothing.
Dr. Regis.
Yes?
Regis?
Oh, I hate that.
Central's still giving us a negative on the aerostat.
Why are you here? It's so weird.
It's like it just vanished.
Also, yeah, obviously they're covering it up or something.
So I thought I'd better give you a heads up.
I thought I would just, like, follow you. Even though, like, we were talking to each other, and I just, like, up and left work entirely to go to, like, an undisclosed location where you would probably have a difficult time finding me if you weren't, like, tailing or directly surveilling me. You thought you would just give me a heads up in person rather than, like, send an email or call or something.
Do you mind? I was in the middle of something.
I was in the middle of my Mindjack business.
Central told me you'd be here, at Fulcrum Tower.
Clearly the line of dialogue that very briefly skipped there was, how did you find me?
Also, it said, stop turning your traveler off.
What a surprise. I like my privacy, though. That's why I come here.
You hang around the balconies much?
Take a look at the plaque.
Viksha Regis, beloved... Oh. Regis, this is... I'm sorry, Charlie. I didn't know.
Didn't know you were married to this tree.
You wouldn't have. I don't tell anyone about it.
Wow. I know you've got some seriously high-up strings you can pull, but I didn't think they'd ever let someone be buried up here. And how the hell can you afford somewhere like this?
She isn't buried up here. She was processed, like anyone else.
I see.
The tree's special, though. I made it myself, from scratch.
I built this tree with my own hands.
Planted and grew?
No, made. It's a cross of Chrysophyllum canito and Prunus cerulata. The junk DNA in every cell of it contains her entire genome.
That's really strange, but kind of nice, but kind of hard to wrap my head around.
Wow.
Takes a lot of looking after.
I'll be really impressed if the game finds a way to make, like, her DNA being extracted from this tree relevant in an interesting way.
But you're doing it for her.
Makes it all worth it. You're right, though. This place is very expensive. Why do you think I live in a pod in the Southeast Barrel?
I didn't know that was where you lived either.
We were married for 4 years.
I'm sorry it couldn't last.
We met in our professions. She was a engineer as well.
What now?
You didn't have kids?
4 years.
My previous work, well, it left both of us infertile.
That's a lot. There's so much subtext there.
We had embryos prepared through IVF, but we never got to using them.
I'm really sorry. I remember reading... It was Baxter, wasn't it?
Don't push it, Dr. Lau.
Sorry. I think I figured out why you went off the grid to come up here tonight. You heard about Baxter, didn't you?
They let a monster like that walk.
They didn't parole him because they approve of what he did. He's out because he's got skills Central thought would be useful.
This feels like the previous season of Invincible plotline.
With a governor jammed in his limbic system. Well, he won't be the same man. He can't even imagine hurting anyone again.
Oh, I'm so sure. I definitely get the vibe that the moral of this story is that the technology is not the magical solution to all of life's problems. That, like, people are quick to adopt these things as if they will make life easier, and then we shouldn't rely on them because things can go wrong. I feel like that's the theme of this game, perhaps.
Even if it were completely true, I know that there is absolutely no way I could forgive him.
On the bright side, he'd probably be pretty mad at you too.
I have a hard time imagining that being a balanced viewpoint.
Well, if he could have thoughts like that anymore without falling over and puking, you put him away, and that counts for something.
I don't know, man. Just let me look at my tree and my weird Mindjack file.
I know it's not exactly normal for you to open up, but if you want someone to talk to,
Central wants us?
I'm afraid so. We better get going. You coming?
I just need a moment to think, Max. A little privacy. It's why I came up here in the first place.
I understand, Charlie. I'll be in the car. I'll see how long I can stall Central.
Max.
Well, that's nice of her.
Yes?
Nothing.
That's all right, Charlie. I understand. I'll be in the car.
I can't ask for her help in this. I'm not even sure what this is yet.
You are alone, as requested?
Yeah, that's why I called you and then had you wait several minutes? Yeah.
Yes? Now what is this about?
1448D-A, 1448D-B, 1448D-C, 1448D-E.
Is this like the laziest, like, sleeper agent activation trigger I've ever heard of?
Excuse me?
Your stomach lurches as you recognize the image. You know them. You've seen them before, but you hadn't remembered them by number. Whoever is calling you has 4 embryo containers, your own.
What about them?
They were removed from the Alrasis Medical Center, originally deposited at 1615 on the 11th of November 2065.
That's not the correct decimal time. You're in violation of the OC. Says you sank my battleship. That's very good. Okay, so hold on. Let's think about this. I mean, I guess they were married for 4 years, and we don't know how old they were at the time that happened, so I don't think there's any actual relevant math to do here about anything.
They have been fertilized by yourself and Dr. Viksha Regis. They were frozen at the earliest viable phase of growth. 3 are female, and 1 is male. They were deposited after your fertility treatment proved...
Stop! Why are you telling me this? Who are you? And what are you doing with my kid... my embryos?
You are about to meet with a contact, Gil Vanderwall. In his home is an active memory module, a most unique model.
It's like a wall plug?
You will secure it for us. Further instructions will follow.
And what if I don't? That image could be a sim.
Apparently, you need more incentive not to waste my time. One is gone. 3 remain.
I understand the point that's being made here. I feel like that's a really aggressive early move.
Do it quickly. Your legacy is in jeopardy.
Conflict brews in your mind and in your heart. Giving in to blackmail like this would be the antithesis of everything you stand for, both as an agent of the law and as a human being. So, okay. This is, I think, the thing I have legitimately objected to in this game so far. I understand the dilemma. Trust me, I get it. I understand what we're doing. I feel like this is supposed to be a character moment and not a text box. We're not playing Zork, right? I get using the, like, observation dialogue text box as a way to not voice, like, every single thing, or maybe even just as, like, a stopgap for, like, oops, after we recorded the lines of dialogue, we realized we should have something here. But, like, this is a thing that the guy should be, like, saying out loud, like, my God, like, I never thought it could have, you know, just like have the emotional react. It's, like, so weird to be like, he's feeling his feelings, and the feelings are bad. Or, as Zakula says from Futurama, you can't just have the characters say how they're feeling. That makes me feel angry. On the other hand, you cannot bring yourself to risk a small part of the legacy you've worked so hard for many years to obtain. But, like, if this... Okay. Time to go back to that math problem. So, like, it is 2087. I believe he said the embryos were removed in 2067, which means that they were removed 20 years ago. And if they're not, like, in my possession, and they're not in the possession of the facility that would have stored them, like, shouldn't I have been aware of the fact that they were stolen at some point in the last 20 years? I don't, something feels weird about the way this is framed.
To save the lives of our children? I think I can accept that.
Okay, well, I guess we've made that moral dilemma really easy for me. Saved me some trouble, I guess.
So, despite the incident at Animus, I may have some good news. We might have a break in that string of mindjackings.
Vanderwall agreed to talk.
Yeah. How'd you guess?
It was the only lead we had, and you said you'd work on it, and I don't know what else we'd be doing.
He couldn't hold out forever. What did he say?
Didn't want to talk over the...
Lao?
Central wants a word.
They just send me a text that says rambunctious, and I'm like, oh, crap. I knew it.
Dr. Regis, Dr. Lau.
This isn't just a social call for an update, is it, Central?
Dr. Regis, lately you have spent a great deal of your time off network. It is for your safety and that of the citizens that we...
Central?
Are they, like, gonna force him to get, like, head implant or whatever?
All points bulletin. Evacuation in progress at Barber's Gate Transit Station. Case officers Regis and Lau assigned to crisis management.
What's happening at the...
All case data has been transferred to Dr. Lau. Your vehicle has been rerouted.
This doesn't strike me as, like an auto-driving car. But I guess I get that impression because this just looks like such a normal freeway by comparison. By the way, that background is really sick, isn't it? That's really good. I think it just like floats slightly to the right forever until it loops, most likely. But like, I don't know. The vibe of this is really good. The future world is very interesting. Like, the world building in this game is really good. The characters aren't bad, but like some of the choices, I don't know. I find it like a little hard to get attached to them based on what we've seen so far. But like, I don't dislike them. Like, we've definitely played some adventure games in our time where the characters just like sucked all the time.
Please seek an expedient resolution to the situation. Central out.
I really feel like you shouldn't have to tell me that.
Business-like as ever. Let's go see what this is about.
I really don't know what I expect the scope of this game to be like. Hello, Corpseman.
Sir, over here.
This guy doesn't seem familiar to me at all. I definitely shouldn't know his name or anything.
I'm Dr. Regis. This is Dr. Lau. We've been assigned as crisis management.
I'm mildly curious. I don't think it's been stated outright. Does, like, this futuristic, like, law enforcement agency require everyone to have a doctorate, or is it a coincidence that the two of us are doctors? There's something kind of interesting about everyone having to be a certain level of educated that, like, can't, like, immediately think of an analog like that.
Corpseman Durian.
I feel like it exists.
Has it gotten any worse?
Not yet, but we've not heard any word since...
Hey, I'm the only one here who hasn't got wiring in his head. Central hasn't had the decency to update me.
Oh, sorry, Charlie.
Well, it's another one, sir.
Another what?
Another one. You know. You know.
A, bomber.
What do you mean, another one?
I mean, this guy clearly doesn't have the thing in his head, or he'd be hearing all of DJ Khaled's hits, presumably. I mean, why else do you have one of those things installed?
This is like the fourth this year I know of. Central's been doing its best to keep public awareness down.
I guess it doesn't want public panic about it.
Or it doesn't want people to think we haven't got it under control. So how do you know about it?
I talk to people. I've got a social life, unlike someone.
Dude, my wife died and became a tree, and then some guy hammered one of my embryos. Can you chill out?
Central marked him when he tripped a chroma sensor. Central locked down the trains and started an evacuation. It looks like he panicked and holed up in one of them.
Anyone in danger? Any hostages?
Central's not mentioned any in the case file. That either means there aren't any,
or it doesn't consider them sufficiently important. Probably wants the transit running again more than it cares about human life.
Funny, normally I'd expect the humans to be making that decision.
Sounds like he was surprised. Didn't have time to take any.
He's not thinking in terms of hostages. He was made as a weapon.
Regis?
He's a biobomber. The explosives are made of... they are his bones.
Okay, but are the bones also his money if they're a weapon? I'm trying to nail down all the details. And also, for some reason, just continually reference, I think you should leave.
That's how he tripped a DNA sensor. What's Central's position on this?
You're asking for the AI's opinion? You must be getting soft.
It agrees that the bomber poses a limited threat to public security.
It specified that it wants you to make the call, though.
That's very weird.
You're not going to like this.
It wants you to make the call, and the call that it wants you to make is this.
Central's just bumped the priority. It wants the suspect neutralized.
Isn't that just the answer to my question, and also the presumed judgment call that I'm supposed to make? Huh. I'm gonna talk him down, or I'm gonna try to buy us some time. I gotta be honest, I'm not certain that I feel confident in my ability to navigate this game's dialogue trees to the extent that I don't blow up a train. Isn't one also two? It depends. I can imagine a case where, like, one is take charge, two is stall. Like, one is engage directly, two you might, like, I don't know, find something that's not interact with him directly. Like, because he doesn't have hostages and he doesn't currently have demands, like, I don't think these are necessarily the same thing. Like, buy time could be like, I don't know, assess the situation or like find an avenue to neutralize him or something. Whereas like talk him down is like try to get him to disengage on his own accord.
Public safety is our priority.
What's the plan?
I'm going in. I'll keep him talking and keep him stable.
Okay, no, that does sound like that could have been a cutscene. That feels like when I chose the one that wasn't talk him down, it seems like he described talking him down. In that case, you would be right in that there's not a difference. See, okay, but okay, I don't know, like, see, but like, hindsight, like, you're not smarter than me for trying to give the game credit, you understand, is the point I'm making. It just as easily could have not been the same thing. I mean, we've seen games where, like, choosing a dialogue option that seems to make perfect sense causes them to, like, I don't know, change into, like, a lizard. Like, people do, like, insane stuff in these games. You have no idea what a dialogue option is going to do.
Get to high ground and be prepared to take the shot.
Understood.
The signal is hope. Wait until you hear it from me.
I hope you're having a nice day. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, that was right. I should not have said that at the start of the... Okay, I see what I did wrong there. This is a learning experience. I apologize.
I understand. I've got your back.
Keep the public away and run one more check for bystanders in the station. We can't afford casualties if this goes wrong.
Yes, Doctor.
I'm glad that they sent, like, a grunt and 2 detectives. Do I have control of the video game? I do not.
Hello?
Who's there?
Now, does he have explosive bones because he has crutches, or crutches because he has explosive bones, do you think?
I just want to talk. I'm unarmed, and I'm opening the doors.
What do you want, heathen?
Good start. The sight is distressingly familiar. The brace, the weakened bones, the signs of tampering, and a young man that brings back memories long buried. It seems that the best hope would be to leverage what you know about him. Try to find some common ground. See, again, this feels like something I don't want delivered as a text box. Either this should be like the insight of like a character, like this should either be something that my character like muses to himself or like demonstrates the partnership between the two, where she like silently communicates this to him with technology or something. I should leverage what I know about him. You sound American.
You sound like you're from America. Am I right? Texas, I'd guess.
Yes, you're right.
Doesn't really sound like a Texas accent to me, but whatever.
I thought so. I grew up there myself, near Fort Worth. What part do you hail from?
Houston.
I can remember what it's like out there. It's part of why I came here in the first place. I'm Dr. Regis, by the way. Some folk call me Charlie.
It's not my name, but some people call me that.
Thomas Beckett.
Like the saint. Nice to meet you all, Thomas.
I don't think you used that correctly, but okay. I feel like telling me what's happened is certainly the least aggressive option. If we're trying to stop this from escalating for the moment, I feel like that's best. Neither of these men are from Texas. Agreed. I feel like if you're not gonna get someone with like a remotely convincing Texan accent, you should like do the exact opposite and have like 2 like recognizable like distinct accents that like aren't even American. Just like go full joke mode.
So, how do you like the city?
It's a wretched den of sin, like Sodom or Gomorrah.
I hear Gomorrah's lovely this time of year.
Well, it's not my favorite, but I wouldn't go that far. I take it you're not here as a tourist.
I'm here to do my duty and strike a blow for the Lord.
Well, at least he's not talking about mindjacking. He's talking about blowing.
Really? We're a long way out from the war here. Whole other continent, in fact.
Yes, I know.
I am aware of geography.
But now I'm surrounded, and I must make use of what I have. The fire within me.
I don't know. It does feel like this is somewhat disarming. Like, okay, there's an interesting idea about having the dialogue tree work in this way. The issue I have here is actually like a little similar to like in Stray Gods. Like, it doesn't feel like there's very much incentive to like intermix options between the three sort of main stat groups when like choosing story options. And like here, it seems from the experience we've had so far, like there is like a correct dialogue path to get through every dialogue encounter of this sort. But then like it feels weird that like it just wants you to choose one note and keep clicking that version over and over again. Like, it doesn't, there's something like weird about that. Like, it's not a skill, but it also like isn't allowing you choice. It's like really weird. Anyway, the one that's not like aggressive, like medical help, like I just don't think he thinks of himself that way. And also it's not the top option. And I think it might literally be as simple as just keep choosing the top option. The last time it was like, just keep choosing the bottom one.
How's the scoliosis?
What?
And the osteoporosis, the rickets, and the diabetes.
How do you...
It's a common side effect of sloppy prenatal genetic engineering. That and having your body lay explosive nitrates in your bones instead of calcium.
We've all been there.
It's a test of our faith. Only the truly worthy who can...
It shows just how little the Gengineers who made you cared about your health. They made you to walk and to carry a bomb in your bones. The fact that you're a living, feeling, thinking human was merely an inconvenience.
Regis, I'm in position. Visibility good, 0 crosswind.
It's a little unclear to me. So, like, we've established that Regis doesn't have, like, Wetware tech in his head or whatever, but like he's still able to get like this kind of transmission. Like, I don't know the distinction necessarily.
Standing by.
There have been times when I've lost faith, but I can't let this be one of them.
Wouldn't there be a failsafe of him dying, then going boom? I mean, it doesn't sound like it, or like, why would there be people with explosive bones in the first place? Are we Regis Philbin? Well, I don't know. I asked earlier if any human being has ever been named Regis and wasn't Philbin, and I didn't get a conclusive answer from chat. And I assume that Twitch chat, like, knows like all information, you know? So like I just sort of took that to mean like no one has any way of knowing this. One wonders, I feel like Hope is at this point, now that I've stalled this long, like a failsafe, but like also it seems like as long as I keep clicking the top option for now, like he gradually trusts me more, and like maybe that diffuses the situation, so like maybe I don't just blow him up.
I used to work with guys like you a whole lifetime ago.
The Lord's warriors?
Something like that. Kids who'd been altered, weaponized youth. You've grown up with so many health problems.
How has there never been a famous band called Weaponized Youth?
Groomed since birth for a noble sacrifice. But this, does this seem like the glorious role you were promised?
It is my duty to God to sacrifice myself.
In an empty transit station, thanks to a piece of bad luck?
This wasn't where I was supposed to go. But even the original target, it doesn't seem to fit with God's plan. But if I agreed to go with you, I'd have failed in my duty. I'd just be a prisoner in a strange land.
For the Lord hears the needy and does not despise his own people who are prisoners. Psalm 69, verse 33.
Nice. Nice verse. Well, nice psalm.
You're right. Wherever I am, I'm always in the Lord's sight.
There are more ways to do his work than destruction. We can help you find it. We can probably even fix your bones.
All right. I shall not resist.
I bet this guy's only regret is that he has bonitis.
Thomas, you've made a wise choice. More importantly, you've made it for yourself.
It's really strange to me that, like, it takes, like, several dialogue choices to get to a point where you can, like, use the failsafe, and then you basically only have, like, one other choice. And it's like, this guy who's, like, not currently aggressive, just, like, blow his head off, or just, like, tell him to cool off. Like, I get the idea of that scene. I don't think it hits the way it's supposed to. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Take him into custody. Carefully.
Yes, Doctor.
Regis, that was amazing.
He just, like, kicks the guy down the stairs and they both explode. Why would he do that?
Central's going to be pissed, though. That was a huge risk.
Screw Central. Come on. We've got work to do.
Screw the rules. I have green hair.
The corpseman can handle it here.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, Demolition. Just, like, especially, like, when we started, like, leaning and, like, quoting religious text, he accidentally says something with the word hope in it. It's just like, oh no.
Yeah, with a little help from the bomb squad.
Successfully talked the bomber down. Chapter 2 complete, even though it was labeled, like, Part 10.
So, Vanderwall finally agreed to cooperate?
I really don't get what's with the black eyes thing. Like, I guess maybe it's supposed... No, it can't simply be a thing that indicates that people have the, like, wetware or whatever, because didn't the other officer have the wetware and not have weird eyes? Maybe I didn't pay enough attention. But, like, their portraits, like, never show them having, like, blacked out eyes or whatever.
Yep, said he could give us a head start on the Mindjacker.
We'd better not keep the man waiting, then.
The dock in the wall, where the autonomous vacuum cleaner gets its power and offloads its waste. There's a notice above it. The management thanks you for allowing the sanitation machinery and staff to continue their work by not obstructing the docks. These stations are for the use of custodial equipment only. And the last time I interacted with a custodian, it went badly. Psycho says, I don't think I want a head start on the Mindjacker. Really, there's several reasons why. Touch it.
You've never struck me as much of an art lover.
I'm not so keen on this kind of thing. The mag coil keeping it floating, however.
Can I just take that for, like, no reason at all? This guy's an adventure gamer. I like this guy. There's several reasons why. You know what? I respect that, Zyklon.
Nah, my apartment building's already got one.
But it'd be really funny to take theirs. The janitorial drone patrols the hallways, executing its adaptive planning software to track down dirt. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this guy lives at the one apartment I can look at.
Vanderwall, you there? You sure he's in?
He told us to meet him here.
He also said his bones were explosive. I figured that was some sort of euphemism I didn't understand. This mind-jacking case has got me all in a tizzy.
Central hasn't logged any departures from this floor since this morning either.
Access pad for the door. If you're not the owner, then this is where you let them know you've arrived.
I don't think it needs to be shocked.
Do I shoot it again?
Whoa, check out Regis taking the Elliot Ness approach.
We don't have time to hang around outside. I'm just being expedient, as Central puts it.
Whatever. Vanderwall's not going to be happy about you busting his door.
This is interesting. There are implications that, like, the choices you make could influence your, like, reputation or something? But, like, I don't know. It's hard to say if that matters or if that's just, like, fluff. Kind of like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, if we're being honest. Although, it's funny. This is kind of exactly the sort of thing I want for my, like, hypothetical adventure game that I would make. Like, I've joked about this a little bit, but, like, I want a game where, like, you go to use knife on something that you expect the game to, like, not let you use knife on. You know, just, like, use knife on person. And, like, without any prompting, the game just lets you do it. So I kind of feel like that's what's happened here. But, like, now that I know, like, it feels really strongly about that. And, well, first that it will let me do that, and secondly that it questions the fact that I did that. I kind of want to not do that. But it's kind of unclear to me, like, where even we're starting on this. Hello.
Hey, Max.
What's up?
Give me an update on the Mindjacking case.
Labs come back with the report on the body at Animus.
Natural causes. It's a
We
shame.
can definitely link that one to our investigation.
Same MO. Victim was wired, brain burnt, but not consistent with a straightforward murder.
Delicious. Like, do they even know who Elliot Ness would be? It's like writing Capone to be referencing Frankenstein's monster. Poor gangster from the south side of Chicago would have no idea who that is. Yeah, I don't think that stops people, but it should, probably.
More like a rapid, intrusive, and destructive brain scan.
So we're still going with memory theft rather than elaborate assassinations.
Exactly. No conclusive patterns on targets, I'm afraid.
I mean, it definitely could be information theft. It might just not be the type of information you're expecting. It might explain the discrepancy of the people. That type of connection is really important to solving these types of crimes, typically.
Vanderwall said he would give us a lead on the next victim, though.
So much for him retiring from organized crime. How are you holding up?
I'm okay. A little hungry.
I meant about what happened at the station.
I'm okay. A little hungry.
I think you did the hard work on that one. Don't let it go to your head, though.
It's interesting that is clearly framed in such a way that, like, you could try to console her if she had to, like, shoot that guy to death. But, like, if you don't, she's like, alright, that's a weird thing to say.
That bomber. He was American, wasn't he?
He certainly had the accent. Sounded Texan.
I mean, he didn't, though.
Did you know him?
Dr. Lau. Texas is an enormous place.
But yes, I did know
I
him.
do not happen to know every single other person who lived there. And besides, I left well before he would have been born.
Do you ever regret doing that?
Living in Texas? Perhaps.
Not for a second. Especially after seeing how it's gotten now.
There's more to what was between you and that kid, wasn't there? Like you said, you never met him before, but it seemed personal to you.
You're very perceptive, Dr. Lau. It's useful for an investigator.
You want me to stop asking?
There's a reason that kids like him, and hundreds others, exist. It's not because the seditionists thought that weaponizing the human body was the biggest innovation since air power, but the engineers that got to make these kids, for whatever reason, didn't say no.
Regis,
You could say I knew him too well, inside and out. That is what bothers me.
I mean, I'm not in love with the way you put that. But I guess we'll just go back to the mindjacking case, and then I'll feel better.
Any luck with the Mindjacker's airship?
Still nothing. Like I said, it just vanished.
And Central still claims there wasn't anything there at all.
But we saw it, Regis.
Exactly. Something's not right. I wonder if Central's hiding something.
Why do you hate Central, Charlie?
What? I don't hate Central.
You're always arguing with it. I've seen you sabotage more cameras than anyone.
How high is that bar? Like, I feel like any amount of sabotaging cameras should probably immediately put you as the top person destroying cameras. Look, everyone's destroyed like 2 or 3 cameras, but you've destroyed at least 4. As a result, you have destroyed the most cameras of anyone I know. That is good news. I'm glad that you are out of the tornado watch demolition.
It does so much for Newton. The city runs like a well-oiled machine.
Maybe, but I think it's working in inappropriate areas.
You still doing phrasing? Inappropriate areas? Mindjacker?
What would count as inappropriate for a city coordinator?
Like this. Fundamentally, policing is a human matter. Machines and synthetics don't commit crimes. I don't expect them to be able to understand how perpetrators think and act.
So, you're old-fashioned.
That would be why I didn't put a computer in my head, yeah.
You'd rather not talk about it. Maybe later?
Keep at it, Max.
Can do, Regis.
Vanderwall. You sure he's in?
He told Central hasn't logged.
We haven't got time for this, Gil.
I don't think he's answering.
What do we have hitboxes for? The dock, the view, camera, the control pad. I'm not entirely convinced that there's a non-destructive way through this, but it might exist. Can I shoot the robot? Come back here, robot. I want to shoot you.
Hey, Charlie! Go and punch your food machine at home if you really feel like some Luddism.
But what if I want the delicious innards of that cleaning robot? What if I wanted to shoot the view?
Big old jolt's not gonna make it work. Hey, open up. It's Regis. Nope, that's not going to work.
Panoramic fisheye camera probably there so that the Vanderwalls can decide whether or not they want to let someone in. Charging station? I mean, you could try to shoot it.
That's not going to fit into the charging dock.
He has really weird ideas of what I want him to do with the gun about half the time. Did look at. I don't know if I touched it.
What do you make of this, Max?
You're making this basic technology.
My parents' old bot used to spend much more time in the charger than doing its job. I kept telling them to get a new one, but they never like to spend until they have to.
What do you make of this?
My parents... I kept...
Nah.
It's really just like not a lot to interact with. Which makes it really feel like there's not anything to do other than to just blow the door open. But the fact that they like get upset and also that... I mean, like, what's the magnetic base doing?
That's not going to...
Does this like mess with the door control?
It doesn't need...
Can I magnetize the view?
It doesn't need...
The thing I took the magnet from doesn't need magnetizing? I do think I beg to differ on that one. Zacula says, I wish I had hot dogs. Zacula, in a perfect world, how old would the hot dogs be?
It doesn't need...
You magnetize your partner? I could sure
We need
try.
to make sure this doesn't get too close to your head.
Wetware isn't affected by magnetic fields. Not like that, at least. You're not going to be warping my memory with strong magnets anyway.
It's not compatible with the Traveler. Rio S10 does not
Doesn't
have an
need
AM/FM tuner. I don't know, maybe I just blow it open. I feel like there's supposed to be a cleverer solution, but like I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Lau, you there?
Regis, right here.
It's a fun noise. Like I said, I don't know what to tell you. I could destroy like 4 glicks. Is that legally distinct from a glizzy? And also, that doesn't answer my question. It's fine for you to destroy 4 hot dogs, but I'm asking, like, how old do you want the hot dog to be?
What do you make of this, Max?
Because in Norco, they were saying, like, 10 years was like a vintage hot dog. Is that good? You need more? Like, what's a good year for hot dog vintage?
An adjustable magnetic coil, previously used to keep a piece of art floating in the air. Nah.
Can't actually use my phone as an item in the conventional sense. It just brings up the phone menu. How's the sport doing? Newton 2, Paris 1, match in progress. Oh, soccer! Wait, it's sport mentioned? So wait, that weird word at the start was the name of another sport I don't recognize that is maybe a fake futuristic sport? Can our partner interact with the drone or the door? Doesn't seem like it. I'm pretty sure I exhausted all the dialogue options, and I can't use her as an inventory item the way I can with Max, the rabbity thing from
What's
Sam
up?
and Max. Oh, hang on. After looking
You've
at the
got a
door,
brain
I'm
for
wrong.
Wetware systems, right?
Don't you mean full of wetware systems?
Huh. This isn't just me being offensive. Can you have a word with the door controls?
I'll see what I can do.
Weird that we're seeing her progress bar.
Got it. I reset the password. It's now password 1.
I feel like we shouldn't be able to do that super easily unless it's like actually authorized for safety purposes, in which case I feel like we should just like have like a skeleton key card or like some authorization. Like that feels like a weird solution to that. Like a little bit.
I'm just glad you're on our side now.
Damn straight. I could probably make a lot more money if I turned to crime.
So there's gonna be like a bunch of achievements in a game like this, huh? Guess I'll just use them door controls. I think he's gonna be perfectly fine.
Gil?
Yeah.
You in here?
This seems normal.
Oh, excuse us, miss. I'm Dr. Regis. This is Dr. Lau. We're cell agents. Miss, are you all right?
She's a standing corpse, right? Like, I was being facetious, but like that lady's dead, right?
Regis, this is a synth. The look on your face is priceless. It's a very expensive one, but it's still a synth. And apparently out of charge.
Something else about it bothers me more.
I know. I sure hope that isn't blood.
Y'all are deeply concerning detectives. They're like, ha ha ha, mild comedic hijinks. By the way, covered in blood? Like, nah, that's the first bit. That's the most important part.
That's a very expensive synth they've got for a house girl.
Well, the Mindjacker's got taste, I guess. I don't know.
Jealous?
She's not my type. What do you think they use her for?
They may be married, but I wouldn't put it past them using her for other things than cleaning.
He means backgammon, doesn't he?
There's a product marker on its back. SNS Synthetics.
Had to get up for a bit. How's the Technobabylon going? It's pretty good. I don't know. I feel like this is a game that's really strong on world building and like not great at character moments and like has like a little bit of problems signaling exactly what it wants its next step to be at times. It's definitely not terrible. It's like it's very interesting. I don't know that I get the sense that when all is said and done I'm gonna be like, this is a 10 out of 10 game. But like, it's definitely interesting.
They're not showing up on a net search. Maybe Vanderwall has more info on his terminal?
Good idea. We can see if we can get their help in extracting more from this machine.
See? I'm not just a pretty face.
Look at these. Look at this hollow art. Another example of questionable art hangs from the ceiling. This one doesn't look like it has any useful components you can remove. Oh, video game. You already know me. Food machine. Can I sabotage this one too? My encoder's getting blasted.
Chefy. What can I get for you?
What are you?
I'm Chefy, your friendly food helper.
All right, what's this
I think I hate
machine
you.
come in?
This masterpiece is the THE Food Gourmand Range Comestible Synthesizer. It's the best thing since sliced bread, which it even makes.
Sounds like it's trying too hard to be helpful.
I like helping. Helping is fun.
I think I've got one of you at home. I feel like that's a disrespectful thing to say. I'm gonna say
What's
it.
the difference between you and the one I've got at home? The J115.
Oh, I'm much newer. My dynamic protein stereolithography system means I can make nearly anything. I've got so much more flavor treatment. I can make just about any taste you desire.
I don't know that I like the way that comes across. When, like, the anime girl says it to me? I don't know.
What if I wanted some of that protein slop that mine makes?
Ugh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. But how about some truffles?
It's a snob, then.
What's on the menu?
If you're feeling peckish, I could whip up some quail's eggs and white wine sauce.
Why did you say it like that?
Or how about some nice tartare?
Sounds better than what mine can do.
Or if you want some of Mr. Gill's favorite, I can always make toaster pastries.
Excellent. Very good. Ooh, this feels like a Sam Max joke.
Can you make
Yang Chun Mian?
Ni Jiron Fun Ma?
Shiwan. Ni yu mei yu mei by Pinkeoya?
You may you.
Okay, I'm sold.
Can you make chicken fried steak?
Absolutely.
You sure like your meat.
Can you make Texas strip dumplings?
Is that real? That sounds fake.
The best.
My grandma would contest that. Can you make
Yang Chun Mian? Shiwan.
Oh, there weren't as many
Okay.
stupid options as I would have guessed.
How much did you set the Vanderwalls back then?
I'm only 410,000 quanta from all good retailers.
Sagala asks, would Pop-Tarts really sue this studio if they just said Pop-Tarts? I think the implication is more that, I think Kellogg's makes Pop-Tarts. I think in this future, Kellogg's, like, doesn't exist. It's failed. It's like a social commentary.
That's more than I make in a year.
These people can apparently afford the finer things. Never mind.
Bye.
Fridge. Look at fridge. Large fridge has a combination lock built into the door.
Is this refrigerator locked?
Yes, luckily it's not running.
Who the hell locks a refrigerator?
Maybe they've got really expensive tastes?
Oh my god.
Is this Who the hell locks a refrigerator?
Maybe they've got really expensive tastes?
Please don't double click skip.
Although, they've got the food machine as well. Perhaps they've got something else in there.
Like the guy we were supposed to talk to's entire body? Drink machine. The kitchen is a machine for preparing and serving drinks, sitting in a nest of wine bottles. It's kind of a weird vibe. A little redundant.
Howdy, partner. What can I get y'all?
Sagula says, I refuse to believe that Kellogg went out of business by 2080 whatever. Well, first it's 2087, and now that that's cleared up, don't you think those additional 7 years could have caused the Kellogg company to go out of business?
Vodka. On the rocks. Twist of lime.
Regis?
Fine. Make it 2. What do you do here then?
Why, I'm the bartender. I fix up drinks for the fine folk who live here.
Anything else?
Anything else? Heck, drinks is a whole lot of stuff to know.
Drinks is a whole lot of stuff to know. By the way, I do not know that I love the icon that is, like, directly left of his shoulder. I'm not, like, totally sure what that is, but the way that's cropped is, I'm gonna say, undesirable.
Why, I'm the foremost expert on fine drinking in these here parts.
Now this is a Texan accent. No, I think this is... What do you think, Russian?
So if anyone wanted to know what to put into a drink...
They'd come to me, sure as shooting.
There's been a bit of an incident. You don't happen to have seen what went on.
Hey, mister, I don't just go blabbing my customers' secrets like that.
He's bluffing. He never saw anything. You're just bitter you never left that wall.
Hey, it's a fine job I have here.
I do appreciate that while we're having this conversation, you can kind of see the character, like, if you look immediately to the right of the text box, you can see that, like, the blue screen has, like, a mini silhouette of him.
I ain't seen nothing since Mr. Vanderwall got his wine out of the rack this evening.
I'll speak to you later.
I'll keep your tab open.
And then it goes away when we're not talking to him. It's like, it's some nice attention to detail. Let's look at his terminal. Biometrics, huh? Password hint. Our special place. Okay. That's not great. Go to stairs.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's not jump to any conclusions, okay? Maybe this is all an elaborate misunderstanding founded on a surprisingly large quantity of strawberry jam. Or, you know, maybe it's even like strawberry, like, toaster pastry filling. Oh, hang on. Zagulus says, speaking of robots that replace other people's jobs, some of those delivery robots going down the sidewalk for the first time, and I felt the very strong urge to kill it. I mean, you're how that, like, hitchhiking robot died outside of Philadelphia, right? Not you specifically, but I mean, like, that's how we got that to happen. But at the same time, I sort of get it. I've seen just, like, a couple videos of those, like, drones going around, and, like, there is some weird primal urge of, like, screw this machine. Demolition asks, are we sure that's Jesus? I mean, it's not how he's normally depicted, I'll say.
What the hell happened in here? Did someone get to Vanderwall before he could talk?
Maybe it's a domestic gone bad?
The blackmailer said nothing about this, possibly didn't even expect this themselves. Still, you need to find what they demanded before the whole apartment is picked apart by forensic drones.
We should check around first.
What?
We need to get a look at it ourselves before the crime scene people wreck it.
This is weird. This feels like it's framed like a moral dilemma, and I'm not really sure why. I mean, and I say that in the sense of, like, it's a video game, so I would assume that my character's okay with it. But also, like, if I... There is something really interesting about the way this, like, blackmail thing is framed, where, like... It's, like, clearly supposed to be, like, a moral gray area, right? Of, like, would you go to these illegal lengths and compromise yourself to, like, protect your unborn children situation? But, like, then the game just tells you, it's like, your choice is that you will do what the blackmailer says. Crime scene people shouldn't be wrecking things. True, but, like, I don't know. You know people, right? People aren't good at their jobs. Sego says, quote, what happened in here? The maid android covered in blood and a murder locked the body in the fridge. Be better at your job. I mean, yeah. Sure.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. Central's already going to be pretty mad at us for the station.
I think the result you got will make up for that. If we do this, we can salvage any leads we find here.
All right, the longer we hang around, the further ahead of us the Mindjacker gets.
Let's salvage what we can from here then.
Your display of hesitancy appears to have convinced Max that you didn't already know this was going to be a murder investigation. Wait, what? This is an unhinged, like, dialogue box. There's like way too much going, like, that's so weird. We had no reason to think that Max was suspicious of us. And again, this is like a character moment that should be delivered by the character. But like, I don't understand this at all. Like, nothing that's happened in the game has prepared me to like think that I need to be performative for my partner because they suspect that I'm like secretly a serial killer. Like, nothing has suggested that people think I'm a serial killer. They're just like dubious of my Luddite nature and the fact that I won't get a head computer or whatever. Like, this is such... It's such like a major detail to gloss over so casually. Like, it's very, very weird to me that this is like a thing we're doing. Are you a serial killer? Well, I didn't think so before, but now I don't know. I guess I have to be saving more in this game. Old-fashioned chemical photograph and a silver portrait sits by the bed. Can't check any of these cabinets. That was a man's hand. Standing out from the Festival of Gore is a human hand. It appears to be fairly intact. We're really just gonna drop Festival of Gore like it's Tuesday?
It's like they had an industrial accident.
In the bedroom?
Listen, we don't have time to play the fortune cookie game. I feel like you've got the wrong tone. Is it Festival of Gore time already? It's been Festival of Gore time for like a really long time. There's like a magic card called like Reign of Gore from like a really long time ago. And then they like power crept it with like some card that I like couldn't stop opening from booster packs of Shadowmoor. And I kind of hate that card, even though it's like kind of good at what it does, and I have like 30 copies of it. I don't think the dead man will mind if we just hop in the old jacuzzi. Jacuzzi sits in the corner of the room. You wonder what kind of man needs to have a pool quite so readily available at all times. Does the scene here not indicate that to you?
There's something at the bottom of the pool. A pistol?
How can you tell that by looking at it? It's so opaque and full of blood.
Our murder weapon?
One of them, maybe. It's too deep to reach.
Well, skip that dialogue
just
again.
about make out a...
Careful how you get it out, though. You're the one who's always lecturing me about contaminating crime scenes with DNA, after all.
I think that I'd lose anything that goes in there, like that pistol.
No, you use the magnet to pick up the pistol, you noob. Hang on, there's a coat hanger? Where a coat hanger seems to be stuck in the join between the floor and the floor-drobe. Okay, I think I get what that means, but like, I do feel like we're being a little casual with... It's fine. After a couple tugs, the coat hanger comes loose. Okay, combine coat hanger with the magnetic base.
Magnetizing. I'd better not drop anything in there. It's like they had an...
In the bedroom?
So I can't activate the floor drobe.
I have no idea who that's supposed to be.
Shall I trance it for you?
There's no such thing as comfortable ignorance anymore, is there?
Zing. Valid, though. It says the guys that were doing work on my house this week put a huge magnet on the end of a rope and swept it across the bottom of the pool. I thought that was smart. What were they trying to get from the pool with the magnet? I don't disagree with the methodology. I think I'm missing context.
Huh? You old people are weird.
I don't think I can justify taking that.
It'd be so funny though. Can you just imagine? Oh, potential nails and stuff. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's pretty good. I wonder if they've been sued before or if they just know what they're doing. From a diagram on the panel, it looks like it's linked to the floor drobe. Oh, just kidding. Let me activate the floor drobe. It's fairly complicated.
Anything interesting?
There's an empty gun rack in here. Ammunition, maintenance tools, cleaning spray, but no gun.
In their closet?
In their bedroom?
Maybe it's their outdoor gear. There's fishing equipment in here as well.
Are you taking stuff again?
It might be useful. Call it a hunch.
I'm an adventure game protagonist. Shut up. I'm going gun fishing. Although, I'm guessing you want...
There's no way to hold it on without a hook.
Okay.
Now it's got one enormous hook.
That feels like a really unnecessary step for the fishing rod, but alright, you do you.
There, a magnet at the end of a fishing line.
For catching submarines?
This adventure games. I don't know what to tell you. I like how he waited as though he was like expecting the gun to like nibble at the line or whatever.
The murder weapon?
One of them anyway. Why is it in the jacuzzi though?
What we really need is a witness.
If there's anything else in there, it'll be the forensic team's job to find it. Vanderwall's antique semi-automatic pistol, probably not listed on the city's firearms register.
So I gotta figure out their special place so I can open the incriminating fridge. I'm not convinced that there's anything else to do in here. Mostly just like look at the Festival of Gore and whatnot. I don't know, I feel like we're good. Blood jacuzzi, how quaint. Do you not have one of these? Your house has a pool, so I figured. I like that I still have my ridiculous, like, magnet fishing rod. The trick is that I feel like the place I would go to find information about his special place would be to tech into the computer that requires the password of his special place. Okay, food machine. Is it supposed to have something to do with the cuisine? Except for the pipes running to the food machine, the cabinet contains a set of knives and a tube of cooking gel. Okay, and those belong to me now for some reason. This exothermic wetware gel is used for food preparation. The gel cooks food that it's mixed with, releasing chemical energy as heat at a desired temperature while it breaks down. Oh, hang on, hold please. What was you had a thing about temperature or something? I don't know.
Howdy, partner.
There's been a bit you don't happen.
Hey, mister, I don't just go blabbing my customers' secrets like that.
He's bluffing. You're just bitter.
Hey, I ain't seen nothing since Mr. Vanderwall got his wine out of the rack this evening.
Vodka, fine. I'll speak to you.
I'll keep your tab open.
It says, listen, Vasker, you sure are talking about that man's special place a lot. It's making me uncomfortable. More so than all the mindjacking? There's been an awful lot of mindjacking. There was even some mention of a mind goblin at some point. Who's to say who said that? Zago says, cooking gel is disgusting. Who am I kidding? I would eat it. I mean, it's just cooking gel.
Taste in wines, I imagine.
Actually, no. They're all either a couple of years old or fabricated.
Weird. Maybe they're doing something to the wine.
I don't like the way you said that.
Like what?
Well, say they were also adding amphetamines to it, for example. If they accidentally ruined it, it'd be better if it was a cheaper wine.
That's such a weird take. Can't have a festival of gore without some mindjacking. I've been saying that for years. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Long time to get through all of that.
I guess the place I've seen temperature mentioned is just the weather report, huh? How do I know a temperature that will, like, melt something or whatever? Look at the maid.
There's a product marker on its back. SNS Synthetics.
They're not showing up on a net search. Maybe Vanderwall had...
Good idea. We can see if we can get their help in extracting more from this machine.
See?
So to get the answer about the robot, I'm also supposed to know the guy's special place, huh? Where would I get that information?
A kitchen knife. One of a set. This sort of blade takes me back to my days in medical school.
Did the painting above the computer have a hitbox? I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure... Yeah, I tried checking that earlier. It's like painting seems like an obvious special place sort of thing for the password to the computer. The only painting that has a hitbox is a lady, so like that isn't helpful. Actually, wait, did I left click this guy? Photograph. Take a look at this photograph. Photograph of two men, a younger Giel and Dark Rye Vanderwall. By an urban river in the background, the Eiffel Tower is dwarfed by looming glass skyscrapers. The back of the photograph has a note written by hand. The wedding, August 2071. Okay. I had done a right click but not a left click. I guess that's on me. I kind of dislike when games sort of handle stuff that way, but that's personal. Why would a kitchen knife remind you of medical school? I was also thinking that also. So there aren't any words here, huh? Okay, I'm pretty sure it registered double click on one of those digits, but just for good measure, I'm gonna like, think it was 2071? So I'm pretty sure I had it right, and the game is just like registering left click really sensitive. Oh no, wait a minute. Oh, that's really... Nothing in this game has ever required me to type. Why would that be how that... Okay, okay. So in that case... I have had a unfortunate number of, like, interface issues with this game. So I also need... Okay. Okay. I understand. He's, can I... Give me the hand? Okay, wasn't sure if the game would throw a fit, because I wasn't supposed to mess with the crime scene, but I kind of need that man's hand. Go cut that guy's hand off? I feel like there's a fundamental misunderstanding about the situation we currently find ourselves in.
It's definitely his hand, but the system won't recognize it.
He's mind-jacked too many times. Why would the system not recognize the hand, do you think? Why would that be the case? Is it simply the wrong hand? God, I think it is. That's really dumb, if true. We go find his other hand? I guess? I don't know. The others aren't labeled as hands.
It's like they had an industrial accident.
In the bed.
That's the maid's hand? That's an interesting thought.
This is Dakari Vanderwall, Gil's husband.
Oh. Huh.
I can see 4 gunshot wounds in his chest. It was either these or he drowned, but that's kind of academic at this stage.
It's profoundly unclear to me how I triggered this, which is not a great feeling. I right-clicked the body, which I'm pretty sure I've already done, and then instead of my character looking at it, she gave like a miniature autopsy report or whatever. Did it register me clicking her? No. It's weird that it let me pick up the hand, though, if that's not it. You know? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I kind of hate that you might be right about this cut off the maid's hand thing.
Good idea.
It sure feels like there should be a different solution here. But what do I know?
I know you're not keen on modern tech, but that's no reason to take it out on someone else's maid. Go and punch your food machine at home if you really feel like some Luddism.
She didn't like that.
Hello?
I think I know what's wrong with it.
Okay.
Hey, Max.
What's up?
Why wouldn't you just tell me that?
Any idea what's wrong with the maid?
I couldn't even get a return signal out of it. My guess would be that it's run out of power.
Any way we can fix that?
It's supposed to charge itself, but apparently it hasn't managed to do that.
How? We can't haul that thing to a socket.
I mean, we literally probably could.
We'll have to charge the power cell itself. In a platform like that, the cell's usually in the upper torso, about where the heart would be.
I love that.
Reckon that'd be easier to charge?
It's only about as big as your fist. Just have to get it out of her.
Any idea what's wrong?
I couldn't.
How?
You reckon? It's only.
Gonna get out of her with like a knife or something?
The body is Dakari Vanderwall?
That's right. Big fat Vanderwall's husband.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Apparently shot several times and landed face down in the water.
It's not really water anymore.
Ironic. He used to be an Olympic swimmer. Lived and died in the water.
Now, I didn't read it out loud, but there was like a line from one of the text boxes upstairs that's like, she is one of the most gung-ho investigators I've ever known, but something about this, like, crime scene has got her really skittish, or something like really close to that effect. And then, like, you talk to her about it, and she's like, yuck, 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 died doing what he loved, swimming in blood. And I'm like, those are 2 different characters that you have described with that dialogue versus that observation.
You'd heard of him.
I used to follow his career when I was in the 100-meter freestyle team at Grove Academy.
Isn't Grove an all-boys school?
It is. And at the time, I fit right in.
Well, that's interesting.
Wait, you used to be male?
Surprised?
Well, I wouldn't have guessed.
I'll take that as a compliment.
I don't know, man. Is it showing interest in my, like, work partner to ask about this, or is it rude? I guess it kind of depends on the person, you know?
Why do you think someone would lock their refrigerator?
Corpse.
Same reason you'd lock anything else. Something valuable inside it.
Valuable corpse.
What?
Some people keep wetware at low temperatures to stop GGs.
And GGs are?
Oh, gray goo. Catastrophic exponential reproduction. Under certain conditions, the fabricators and the wetware make more of themselves.
And low temperatures prevent that?
Not really, but higher temperatures definitely accelerate the growth. People like to think they're in control, though.
Does that mean that they want me to pour my, like, temperature goo on the fridge to make goo that might be in there break? That seems weird.
It's a virginal, not a piano. It's more like a harpsichord.
Man, this double click thing is making me crazy. I really don't think my mouse is, like, busted. I don't. But, like, boy, it's happening a lot that it's doing.
Like I said, it's less impressive you know that when you can run a search in your head. I tried using Vanderwall's hand on the biometric security, but it didn't work.
Maybe because it's dead?
How would an old terminal like that know?
How do you check if someone's alive?
With the scanner in my Traveler.
Ugh, if you had to do it by hand.
The terminal built into the piano must be older than I am.
It's a virginal.
Like, I tried you.
Maybe.
How would
How do you check? If you had.
So, warm hand?
What do you think happened? From what we've seen so far.
The marks on the gun suggest Vanderwall shot his husband.
I was a little worried about contaminating the evidence because the game made it seem like that was a big deal. I don't remember any mention of the gun having markings that suggested that.
And the walls, and the windows, the bed, the door, the pictures.
The windows to the walls. Got it.
Maybe a domestic dispute? We don't really know how things were here.
He wasted a lot of shots. Do you think he missed all those times?
I fired and then I missed.
Or he was shooting at something else and happened to hit Dakari.
What do you think of the apartment?
The, like, Academy Award-winning movie is pretty good. It's kind of a classic.
Expensive and tasteless. I'm not keen on the decor either.
You mean the blood splatter?
No, the actual decor. I tranced an interview. Said his husband decorated it all. Apparently, this is just their city place. They've got a much larger house out in the savannah.
Georgia or Africa?
So he let Dakari run riot with the design here.
Apparently. He should have stuck to swimming.
But it's fine, because he died swimming and he loved it. I'll ask and see if the game is cool.
Whoever did your changeover must have been one hell of a engineer. What was it? Baseline resequence with a pseudoviral vector?
The field's come a long way since you were in med school, Regis. Took a few other procedures as well. Newton's the best place in the world for that kind of work, though.
Can't argue with the results, though.
I think that's a compliment, but I don't know that I love it.
You frequently do. Almost every day.
You know what I mean. Keep at it, Max.
Can do, Regis.
Hold on a second. That seems... I don't think it's okay. Well, I don't know. I guess it's supposed to cook food. It seems not great for there to just be like a tube that you can casually have around your house that like causes things to reach a temperature exceeding 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, I get that you cook stuff higher. Just this gel doesn't seem correct. Is the idea that I, like, cover the hand in the thermogel and it becomes noticeably warmer? Okay, that seems to have worked. If I didn't make that clear, I did gather from our conversation that she thought the problem was that the hand seemed dead and that it should be warmer. I mean, technically she was leading us to, like, it should have a pulse, but I had a thing that allowed me to adjust temperature, so I made it human body temperature. And then it turned on. What's the high? I didn't check the low. The high was like 428 degrees Fahrenheit. I need like S and S. This whole terminal interface is annoying. Is the encoder overloaded again?
Stepford and Son, Synthetic Associates. Liam Stepford speaking.
Stepford, eh? That's too high. That's what I was saying! That's what I was describing! Like, I get it's like food gel or whatever, and it's supposed to cook stuff, but like, I'm not comfortable with like a toothpaste tube that just like makes substances like 400 degrees, like accidentally. That's not good. I don't like it.
Ah, Mr. Vanderwall.
Yes, it is I, Mr. Vanderwall. I'm Mr. Burns. Alright, Mr. Burns, what is your first name? I don't know.
I trust everything is satisfactory.
Mr. Stepford, my name is Dr. Charles Regis. I'm a cell agent.
Oh my, yes. How may I help, Dr. Regis?
I'm investigating the death of one of your clients, Gil Vanderwall.
Oh my, yes. That sounds terrible.
This guy looks like someone. Who does he look like?
We've got your company's name linked to the synthetic in the apartment.
I Oh my, yes, a repurposed IL-240 platform running a BN110187 update cycle.
It's just as I assumed, correct?
A maid, yes, and a very expensive one it was too, yes.
That looks like the one.
Oh my, yes, he purchased a complete body.
I don't think I want to know any more about the alternative. I think the alternative is upsetting, and I don't think I like it.
Though it looks like he had some afterwork done on it elsewhere, oh yeah.
I don't know that I love afterwork on a full body or whatever. Is this game okay?
What kind of afterwork?
It looks like the personality was tooled elsewhere, yes. Likely to more particular tastes, yes.
Not something you'd do?
Mr. Regis, this is a family business, oh yes? We simply sell platforms. We cannot be held responsible for alterations thereafter.
What can you tell me about this synth?
Everything up until its point of sale, oh my yes. We recently acquired a number of IL-240 platforms, formerly industrial models. With some cosmetic retooling, they're fit for a great many humanoid roles, oh my yes.
Everyone phrases everything in a slightly troubling way.
Like housework.
Oh my, yes! Like this
Oh my.
platform, we sell many without including a personality. There are a great many legal and ethical restrictions on the sale of AIs within Newton, but if one were to acquire an AI mind state from elsewhere and incorporate it...
It leaves you completely blame-free for whatever's done with it.
I'm starting to worry that if we power this thing on, it will immediately try to kill us.
Quite so, Dr. Regis. Oh my, yes.
The synth in question is powered down. We need to ask it some questions.
It shall need to be revitalized then. Oh my, yes. Likely it misgauged its own consumption rate, was unable to reach a charging point.
Is there any way to fix it?
Oh my, yes. You can remove the power cell from the upper torso. It will be concealed by the pseudodermal layer of outer skin, but this can be removed with a sharp implement.
So, I have to perform surgery.
You will need to remove the power cell and charge it separately. The platform should return to full operation thereafter. Oh, yes.
Well, am I not the only one tired of the oh my yes?
That's all I need to know for now.
Please don't hesitate to get in contact if you think we can help. Oh my, yes.
Alright, now that he's been given the green light, I think it will let me knife the maid.
What are you up to?
Just doing some surgery.
Picked up power cell. This doesn't need electric power. Why did it say that? Do I gotta take this to the hallway charging station? This thing looks like a charging station. He did it. I mean, I didn't cut off its hand, which was the very particular request. So the thing I was supposed to find kind of looks like this power cell, right? But isn't this power cell? I presume? It seems like this is necessary to complete the video game. Don't really feel like I've interacted with anything that could solve that problem that hasn't. Perhaps it is in the fridge.
CI Wetware systems
beginning reboot. Beginning recovery from
critical failure.
Basic input-output executing.
NVR unified bootloader executing kernel.
Kernel executing
SBININIT. Calibrating
CI state
with USD.
I mean, it's probably good to give feedback in case there's a problem booting up, but this is distressing.
Oh, that is better.
Also distressing. I think that I'm gonna call it there. It seems like a potentially good place to pick up from is like questioning Robot Maid before it, I don't know, maybe spin something in a different direction, and I just sort of let the entire night get away from me. I was kind of expecting to end early because it's been kind of a rough week, but I don't know. I am interested in the game. It has a couple problems. None of them have been huge. They do say Mindjack an awful lot, which is distressing to me in multiple ways, some of which will not be elaborated on for the time being. I don't know. How do you all feel about this game so far? I mean, they say it so much. You missed like half of them, Zachary. You have no idea. Like there were like way a bunch of them at the start of the stream. All I'll say is I can see why this is an earlier product of theirs. I mean, I don't think that's quite the way to put it. Rather, you can see that it is an earlier product of theirs. They didn't choose to make this backwards in time. But the thing is, like, the developer is distinct from Wajidai, right? It's not a Wajidai developed game, it's a Wajidai published game. So, like, they can make their own decisions. What's interesting is that, like, some of the issues, personal issues I have with this are, like, the reliance on, like, the weird interfaces, which harkens back to, like, Blackwell, like, phone books and early 90s computers and stuff, which, you know, those were Wajidai developed games. I don't know. The characters are a little thin so far, but I don't dislike them. I like the voice acting. I like the world building. I'm on the fence about the story. 7 seems about right from what we've seen so far. It's kind of like a fun 7. Like it has some issues that sort of like hinder gameplay a little bit, but like the world is cool, and I'm definitely like interested in seeing more. And even though like it seems really cursory, like I appreciate that there's like achievements to recognize different methodology to like some of these solutions. I don't think it's like a particularly good use of that, but like I still appreciate that it's there. Yeah, like 7. Like yeah, like I think it's like the 7 plus is like kind of I feel like what I described, but like also like 7 withouts to maybe be better. Like obviously it could also get worse. It could just like have some god awful twist that ruins anything that was good before it, or something along those lines. But like I don't know, I'm enjoying it so far. Hold off on rating until I see if the game features any fine wet aged hot dogs. I mean, that's a really specific viewpoint to have, Zacula, but, you know, you do you. I feel like that's the right way to handle it for you. My intention is to play some more of this tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Like, you know, if we really don't like it or something, we can move on. But, like, you know, I spent, like, a lot of time trying to, like, balance the audio, and it's still, like, a little iffy, to be honest. I could probably stand to turn the voices up a little bit. I don't know. Boy, I gotta take a screenshot of that, huh? Because it's gonna reset the audio or make a note of it or something. But yeah, we'll play a little bit more tomorrow and see how it goes. No, if something happens and we really hate it, we have like outs to fill stream time. But like, I wouldn't say I hate it. I'm definitely interested in giving it a little more time because like I do think the world is really cool. But yeah, let's wrap up the stream because I'm sick of being awake. If you're new here, I will let you know that among the plush friends on display, I've hidden some number of Squirtles. If you're able to locate a Squirtle hidden in this way, also known as a secret Squirtle, it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. Now, if you find yourself attending a Festival of Gore at some point in the near future, you may find yourself in need of some good luck. So I do encourage you to look around, consider what's on display, and see if you can figure out where a secret Squirtle may be hiding. That's right. I did promise a display of the Jigglypuff to demonstrate that it is in fact not an unhappy Jigglypuff. I swear they never put the... They made like a line of like cute but like don't cross me plush in Japan that like I feel like was advertised really heavily. I feel like I never saw them go on sale. One of them was like a Jigglypuff, and I think they only had it as like a keychain or something. So like it's not the end of the world if just like missed it somehow, but I feel like I've been checking and I just never saw that get released in the US Pokemon Center. But I think it was like Keen saying that earlier, that like normally Jigglypuff isn't pictured as mad. I think that one had like cute face, mad face. All right, let's go ahead and see if anyone has found a Squirtle. All right, let's start with Jigglypuff, since it's being so hotly talked about. But like up close, you can see, right, that like it's got a ton. So like the top of the mouth is kind of curved down. Maybe that looks like a frown, but like it's a happy Jigglypuff. And it was hiding like a similarly happy Wigglytuff. Ooh, can like mess with perspective. But the Wigglytuff is smaller, in fact. In case that's important to you. Also, Pirate Snoopy has a pirate-themed friend, who is unfortunately not a Squirtle. Yes, I do always like the small pirate hat on the Jigglypuff. I feel like it works well on the big hair poof. And the Zacula had guessed Sonic the Hedgehog might house a Squirtle. And indeed, he does harbor such an aquatic friend. That is because the theme for this stream was Blue Friend, much like our little manta ray friend here, also having a Squirtle. Now, that's all the TV there is. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. I'll be playing some more of this tomorrow at the same time. See how far we can get in Technobabylon and see how the story progresses. I'd be happy to have you join me then. But just in case, take care of yourselves until the next time I see you, whenever that is. And remember that you are clawsome.